Welcome everyone to Podcast and Chill. My name is Hutch. With me as always, your co-host Gio, or Active Bunny Fufu.
Going on, guys?
And we have a new addition to the family here at Podcast and Chill. We've invited Mr. FauciusGaming to come on and be a permanent part of the podcast, mainly because Bunny's just kind of boring and we needed to spice things up a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. No, honestly, it was just like three people. Three people are better than one, and we both like what you brought to the table last time. So welcome.
Thanks.
We liked your dick, so we wanted on it.
I was about to say, and funny enough, my nickname is the Tripod. So
all right, well, just
worked out well.
Do us both a favor. Try not to mess this up on your first outing. Everyone's rooting for you, but
no pressure.
Sounds good.
If we have to kick you off,
but if you ruin this episode, the series is literally over.
We're done. I mean, my career is over at that point. So we haven't done this podcast in a few weeks now because it's just been a little bit difficult to find a time that works for all three of us. But hopefully, I think the idea is that we're going to start recording these on Mondays. And then, I mean, I don't know. We can talk about that later. But that was basically the reason why why it's taken so long. But here we are back in our final form and feeling glorious. So let's just jump. Let's just jump right into it. What have you guys been watching in the last few weeks?
I haven't really been able to watch a ton of stuff just because of traveling and moving and stuff like that. But I mentioned I watched Kung Fury like 2 nights ago for the first time, which was great. I watched Turbo Kid, which was also fantastic.
So good.
Like it was everything I wanted it to be.
Is it a comedy?
It's like Kung Fury. It's literally what Kung Fury is. It's like Mad Max on bicycles.
It's like a lot more violent than I thought it was going to be.
Oh, it's so gory.
Isn't it on Amazon?
No,
on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Netflix, yeah.
I think it's on Amazon streaming too.
But yeah, it might also be on Amazon.
Yeah, but it's on both of those. It was great. Totally worth. If you like 80s, like pseudo 80s movies and things like that, it's so good. I also watched the Entourage movie when I was in a hotel room.
Heard that was a piece of shit
because there was nothing else you could do.
Honestly, I had nothing to do. It was shoved down my throat. It wasn't a piece of shit. It just wasn't. I don't know. It was watchable at least one time. And then I came home and Vern was watching it, and I felt like shooting myself. But
I heard it was a piece of shit.
It wasn't.
I tried watching the show. Like I heard the movie when they announced the movie. I tried going back and watching the show. I could not get through the first 3 episodes.
It was I don't know. I don't even know how I feel about it.
If you were a fan of the show, it was total fan service to just make sure everything was wrapped up in a nice, neat little bow, so they could be like, you're never gonna get any more of this. So here you go. All your questions are answered. Nothing's up for doubt.
Yeah, it's a movie that you.
It's just kind of weird that it took
care
him
about not watching.
Took them 15 years to make this movie, which is a little odd to me, but whatever.
They probably just couldn't get everybody together for it.
Yeah,
because there's so many different actors and
and cameos
that needed to wrangle.
It's pretty much an all-star cast, aside from the main group. Honestly, I
think I have a problem with Mark Wahlberg. Just kind of philosophically, I think I have a problem with him.
You don't like Mark Wahlberg?
No,
I love Mark Wahlberg.
I love
really.
him.
I love when Mark. I try and think of
we go way back.
Okay, name great Mark Wahlberg movies just off the top of your head.
The Big
Departed. Big Hit.
The Big Hit is not a great movie. But
it is the most 90s movie ever made. How can you say it's not a great movie?
I will agree with The Departed, and I thought he was really good in The Departed. I'm not going to disagree with that. My mind went to The Fighter with I think
The Fighter was phenomenal.
I think Darren Aronofsky directed that.
I watched that
You know what I think it is? I think it's East Coast minds will always love Mark Wahlberg because it's he's one of our own. And everybody else is like, man, I don't know about Mark Wahlberg.
I'm also doing that thing where I'm holding something against him that happened when he was 16 years old. Apparently, he beat the living shit out of a couple Asian dudes, specifically because they were Asian.
So apparently, I read something about this. Apparently, later in life, he felt obviously horrible about it, and obviously it doesn't excuse it. But he tried to make full amends to both guys, and both people forgive him, and now they're actually decent friends and stuff like that.
Is that true?
That is, according to whatever article I read on the internet.
Interesting.
And the internet never lies, so that has
it doesn't lie.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm sure you could look it up and try to fact check me, but I swear I read that somewhere and like he tried to make up for it.
Okay. All right. I'll do some investigating.
I think the last movie I remember watching before I started traveling and moving was Enemy with Jake Gyllenhaal.
I almost
pretty
watched
good.
that last
It was
night.
not bad.
It was too weird. It was way too weird. Like it's like it's not bad. It's just too weird. Like half of it doesn't make sense, and the other half is a giant spider being in a living room. Like I don't understand what happened in that movie.
Basically, never watch Gaspar Noé movies, like ever.
You know who directed that, right?
The same guy that did Sicario,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Which I love Sicario, but
God,
I
it
mean,
was so good.
I watched that again actually in the hotel room as well because I think that was on.
Yeah.
Actually, when I was in the hotel room, I woke up at like 3 a.m. and what was on? Shit. Fuck.
Ant-Man.
Porn. It was porn.
No, it was not porn.
Driving Miss Daisy.
I've done that before. I've woken up
So
and there was
close.
porn on. It was weird.
Fried green tomatoes.
Keanu Reeves movie. He shoots people. Someone kills.
Oh,
his dog.
John Wick.
Like I
John
can't think
Wick.
of- John
John
Wick.
Wick.
Thank you. I could not think of the movie.
There you go.
That was on again, and I stay up and watch it, and I couldn't go back to sleep until like 6 a.m. because that movie was on.
I'm super excited that they greenlit a second one.
Mm-hmm.
How much money
Very
did the
excited.
first one make? Like, I
have
was
no
really
idea.
surprised when they
It
announced
did real
this.
well, apparently.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Like,
Well-
not like box office smash it, but like it did well enough to warrant a sequel.
Okay.
Because it was like Taken. Like, it was just like blank actor kicking ass for X minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was great.
People love that.
I'll just look up see how much John Wick made. Domestic 43 million.
That's not bad.
Foreign 42 million.
Yeah,
Worldwide 86 million.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I guess the budget couldn't have been that high then.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't like any special effects whatsoever, really.
No,
was
there
more
were
like
there's some special effects with the
more like real effects.
well.
Yeah, but I don't
Real-
think like I'm
think-
sure the movie budget was probably something around like 10 to 12 million, and that's me speaking from a place of total ignorance as to how much things cost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So hopefully,
Well, we'll see how it
hopefully
goes.
this was a big win.
We'll see how it goes. What else did you watch?
I think that's it.
Bunny.
The rest of the stuff on this list I mentioned in the last episode.
Tell me what you watched, Bunny.
That's all I watched. I
Okay.
watched some dungeon porn, and that's about it, man.
Knew it.
Dungeon
See?
porn.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of dungeon porn? What do you
German
mean?
dungeon porn.
German dungeon porn.
That's
You know
nice.
what?
Dungeon-y
I like
than
it. You're
dungeon
getting
porn.
cultured. You're expanding your point of view. That's
Yeah,
a good
man.
thing.
He's really just trying to learn German, and this was the most easily
the only-
accessible.
Easiest way, yeah.
I can pay attention. I know what's going on. You know.
Consequently, he
context.
now only knows how to say "spank me, daddy."
And ram me harder.
Yes. Just
And what are you
specifically those
doing
two.
with that fist?
But honestly, it's a step in the right direction for me.
Well, Bunny, anything's a step in the right direction for you at this point.
Eat a dick.
Can only go up from here. I don't know. This is where I turn on you, Bunny. This is when I just get real aggressive.
Yeah.
Add the third
It
person.
hurt a
now
little
it's just
bit.
screw everybody.
There has to be a runt. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Just kidding. All right, Eric, what did you watch the last few weeks here?
So I watched a lot of stuff because apparently I'm learning that I really don't have a life, so I just watch movies.
I'm with it.
So we went through a bit of a nostalgia trip. Like last night, we watched Blade 1 because we
Ooh.
couldn't figure out what else to watch on Netflix, and that was the first thing that came up. So that's obviously just Wesley Snipes at the pinnacle of his career before the down.
Whoa,
the
okay.
downward
Well,
slide.
I would
When
say
I
Passenger
pinnacle,
57. No, I would say Demolition Man at the pinnacle of his career.
No, but still, he was on the upswing during Blade still. So I wouldn't say it was the pinnacle. Like that was, I would say, the thing that really catapulted him, because Demolition Man is one of the best movies of all time.
Blade probably is his most successful. What other series has he been in?
I seriously
he's ever
think
been in a
Blade, because
series.
it was multiple movies and like merchandising deals and shit like that. I'm sure that grossed him the most.
And a little bit of Marvel money.
Yep. That, and apparently there's a rumor that he's either being groomed or said he expressed interest in a possible new Blade movie.
Oh, I'm sure he wants that.
Well, yeah, I'm sure he did.
I'm
but
sure
apparently,
he's like bugging his agent to make that happen.
I got no
old.
money.
This is all I have.
He's
But no,
he looks
I'd be
so
down
old
for a
though.
revival.
In Expendables 3, he looks super old. He looked like he was in shape though. Like he looked like he could still beat the fuck out of some vampires. So I'm with it.
So actually, as a springboard to that, I also watched Rambo on the plane ride home from PAX South.
Wait, which Rambo?
And the new Rambo.
Yes.
Like the newest one. And he's old as shit in that movie, Sylvester Stallone, and he is still destroying fools. Like apparently he runs like some crazy amount of miles each day. Like he's still doing the boxer regimen.
He's jacked.
He's
jacked.
He actually just recently announced that he's not going to come back and do another Rambo because he's too old. He finally said, like, I can't do this.
That makes sense. Like,
it's probably one of the reasons why.
But he's still so big.
Yeah, I mean, he's huge, but.
Well, it's because he's still, like, to this day, like, he never stopped. He's been training like a boxer trains, like, every day.
Yeah.
Which
I guess he probably just did so many Rocky movies that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just what he does now. Like
it's good because he doesn't look like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, he's gonna live to be 200 years old with that shit.
No, steroids, man.
Oh yeah,
that's gonna take a few years off his life.
Yeah, they're coming back for their recompense soon.
Live for nothing or die for something.
I watched Creed again this week.
Yeah, I still have not seen that. I'm waiting for it to hit Amazon.
My God, really? You guys need to get on that. It's a good movie.
I love cars.
Critically acclaimed.
So once it hits Amazon, I'm watching it.
You can't do public transportation or Uber or something.
I can, but I lazy.
What city do you live in again? Why can't I ever remember this?
I live outside of Detroit.
In the D.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So I actually don't have Uber. I just have like local taxis and shit.
Okay.
Ooh, the Stone Age.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Well, I watched a bunch of shit this week. Eric, were you done, or did you have some more stuff?
Oh, I got so much.
Oh, you
more.
got stuff. You got stuff,
go
man.
on.
Let's keep going.
Go on,
I watched
son.
so many goddamn movies.
Keep this train going.
I rewatched Dread again on the plane ride there because I seriously think it's become one of my favorite movies ever.
Oh yeah,
it's just so good.
Agree.
It's so good. Like they hit all the right notes with me for that movie, and it's just Carl Urban being what I always envisioned Dread should be.
Yeah. It's a really pretty movie too. It's visually, it's just a really pretty movie. Like that scene where Lena, what's her name? The actress
Lena Henley or something?
Lena Henley, where she's in the bathtub and she just lifts her hand and it's like the super slow mo with the water and everything's sparkling. Oh, it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people poo-poo that. They're like, oh, it's just like they're just trying to like show off to do like graphics. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. It looks good. Like it's not ham.
There's nothing wrong with something that looks beautiful.
Right?
Completely.
And I was like, I thought the fucking bullet time stuff and that was crazy where he explodes the door and you see the guy's stomach like rippling from the aftershock.
Yeah.
I was blown away. I was like, how'd they do it?
It's good, man. Dread's really fucking good.
Yeah. I also watched Turbo Kid for the first time with my roommate, and I was like giggling the whole time. I was like, this is awesome.
It was so good.
I don't know why. I have no desire to watch it, but I mean, I might force
If you
myself
liked
to.
Kung Fury, you're gonna like Turbo Kid.
I like really depressing movies, and every once in a while, I like a movie like Kung Fury. Like I'm like, you know what? I'm ready to laugh.
Okay, I like really depressing movies.
Really depressing movies. Yeah.
This movie will depress you a little bit.
Okay, yeah, then consider me. I'm on board. That's good.
If I don't hate myself by the end of this 2 hours,
if I'm not crying and contemplating self-harm, I don't want to watch it.
Kind of, yeah. That's kind of my philosophy when it comes to movies.
If I'm not pee-shitting myself in the dark of my room while crying, I don't want to watch it.
What? Pee-shitting?
Pee-shitting.
What is that?
Is that where there's like a little pee mixing your poop like you're like a fucking horse or something? Or
I just to me it was just
cow?
a combination of peeing and pooping at the same time.
Oh, pee-shitting. Okay.
Right.
Or it could be like when you just have that
like a bird
poop and it just kind of falls out there.
Okay.
I just thought of like a bird where how
all this is like
it's just mixed together, so it's just like
how you expected us to come to the conclusion that that's what it meant from saying pee shitting.
Hey, it was like a foreign film. It was open to your interpretation.
Okay.
All right. Sure.
Also, but yeah, that was all of my apropos of nothing to get to the point of Turbo Kid was good.
So what is it about? Can you give me like a brief synopsis here?
Like a super brief synopsis. It's an apocalyptic setting where the world was at war with robots, and now it's like the grim future of 1997.
Okay.
And
All right.
And
That's
it's
it.
Mad.
That's
It's old school Mad Max with bicycles.
Okay.
Yes, that's really good.
That's a
And there's
decent-
a lot of like
decent
the
pitch.
tropey characters who you'd expect to be in those sort of movies, and they do them really well. And apparently,
Super
according
gory.
to my roommate, a former male porn star is in the movie as a character who I didn't realize. But
Really?
he was like, "I know that guy," and I was like, "Oh, was it just like I've seen that guy's dick somewhere?"
I'm really curious who it was.
Yeah, I don't know who it was either, but
I can't say that I'm familiar with any male porn stars. I can't say that I. Well, North. What's his name? What's that guy? North? Peter North.
Peter North.
Yeah, the giant load guy.
Now,
That's
now
him,
the rest
right?
of this is going to be an adult-themed episode where we just talk
Yeah.
about famous dude dicks we've seen.
This week's theme on Podcast and Chill is our favorite porn actors and actresses. I'm gonna go with Alexis
Oh.
Texas. You got to like if they're
Really?
if they're too skinny, then I can't.
Hey, I respect it.
I'm
I
skinny
respect the
enough.
choice.
I'm skinny
Gio,
enough.
who you got?
There's too much.
I don't think I can actually name a porn actress.
Really?
Come on,
I don't watch porn.
Jenna Jameson.
Shut up.
I honestly don't.
Brandy
I used to when
Bell.
I was like, I would say like 13 to like 15. I did.
What the hell
but
do you do now? Do you just like close your dick
I
in the refrigerator
I
door?
just stream. I stream all my life. I just
He
you know,
streams- he
when
streams
I'm done
every
playing video
day.
games, I switch over to Chatterbait and I just jerk off there really quick,
No.
make a quick buck, and then we're done. It's all good.
Now it makes
you know?
sense. It
Bunny-
all makes sense.
Bunny's schedule right now is wake up, eat breakfast, stream for 12 hours, stop, have sex with a microwave bagel, go to bed, do it all over
No,
again.
watch a movie and then go to bed.
It's a grapefruit.
Oh,
not a
okay.
bagel.
Yeah. I gotta stick a movie in there somewhere.
A grapefruit. Ugh.
Have you never seen the
the
grapefruit video?
grapefruiting?
No,
Oh my
What is
god,
this?
we're about to expand your horizon.
I'm not
Anyways.
watching that now. Get out of here.
No, you have to.
You really have to.
There's no
Oh.
nudity. There's no
Okay.
nudity.
All
Just
right.
laughs.
It's not pornographic. It's on YouTube.
Okay, fine. Link it.
All right,
It's,
hold on. I gotta find it now. Oh, this is going in my search history.
It's better be
So
good.
good.
It's better be
It's-
good.
It's so good.
The grapefruit technique.
Yeah, there you go.
The grapefruit technique. Okay.
Yeah.
All I have to do is just
Should I
search for
should
that,
I
or
link him
what?
the full? Should I link him the full one or?
No.
No, just
Okay,
link him
all
to
right,
the
all
one,
right.
dude. We don't have time to watch
All right,
the
I'm
whole one.
putting it into TeamSpeak right now.
So
No.
good.
All right, there, there you go.
Okay, here we go.
Oh
want to
no.
burn and all that other thing. So you don't want any of that. So this is what you do. Say, baby, you know what? Tonight, I want to do something a little freakier. I want to suck your dick blindfolded. Your man will blindfold himself if he knows he's going to get some head. So now, your man is in the bed. You have the grapefruit already prepared under the bed. He smelled the citrus in the air. He thinks you have on some new Victoria's Secrets or something. He has no idea. What you're going to do is
What-
be a woman of your word.
what is
now,
this
you have to get his
from?
penis erect. So what you're
It
going
was
to
just
do is
it was just a video.
suck his
It was
dick
literally
as much
just
as
her
what you're gonna
telling
do.
you
Ah!
how to grapefruit your jack.
Sounds like a fucking wildcat,
Nice and
doesn't
wet.
it?
What you're going to do is replace the grapefruit.
It's
From the mouth.
terrifying.
You're going to twist up and down on his shaft and suck the head at the same time.
Okay, I'm done. I can't listen to that noise anymore. Wow.
It's
All
like
right.
a wild bobcat got into your house.
All right.
It's
Okay.
ridiculous.
So apparently she's like a sex guru, like sex technique artist that like does like workshops for women or something.
Okay.
And this is just like the thing that made her like become viral.
Okay.
And this was like all over the internet for like a solid month.
I must have missed. I don't know how I missed that, but
I don't know, but I'm so glad that you're in the know now.
okay.
Yep, now you know.
Consider my point of view expanded.
Now I know exactly what you're gonna do. The moment the podcast ends, you're gonna send this to your girlfriend and just be like,
No.
"Oh well, look at this."
No, I don't want that. I feel like if I had a cut or it's like anything down there, it would just be really
Or just
painful.
what if the juice gets in the urethra?
Yeah, what if
You
she
know?
uses a little
That's
too much?
horrifying.
What if she uses a little too much?
Like, have
teeth?
you ever gotten soap in your urethra? That fucking stings. What's grape juice gonna do?
I can say that I've never had soap in my urethra. I
Really?
feel
Like,
like
no bro-
I feel like if you got soap in your urethra, it's because you intentionally wanted it to be there.
No, accidents happen, man.
I can imagine a little child bunny just bored in the bath, just like, what's gonna happen if I? Ow!
No, dude.
He's trying to
It's just
stick his
accidents.
pinky up there.
You must have a giant urethra. That's all
I
I'm
have an
saying.
abnormally sized urethra. I can
It's
say
like
that.
it's like the size of a silly straw.
Yeah, it's It's definitely way too large.
Can you fit a McDonald's straw?
Like it does. It doesn't. Oh Jesus.
Okay, all right, Eric. What else have you watched? Let's try to
All right.
be professional here, guys.
So
German
I
urethra
showed
porn?
what's that?
Oof,
German urethra porn.
I'm sure
That's
it's
true.
a thing.
That's
Pigs in a
I'm also
sandbox?
trying to learn German. That's the theme of this episode. We're all trying
Yeah.
to learn German
In
through.
the worst way possible.
Okay,
hardcore
let's
stuff.
speed this up, gentlemen. Come on, let's go.
I showed a bunch of people the Raid 2 because they
Yep.
just needed their lives enriched.
Everybody needs to see that.
You know that
God,
was
it's so
actually
good.
on HBO as well, but it was in English, so I got really upset.
Ooh, there was no
I spent,
other
like-
option?
No, because I was in North Carolina for like 3 days for the Paragon thing, and I was watching HBO every time we were in the hotel room. That came on, and I was super mad about it.
You know
Ooh,
what? You
that
know what?
sucks.
You know when the English dub is good? When you've had too much to drink. Then
Yeah.
you're like,
see
bring
that.
on the English dub. I'm not gonna read that. I only have so much mental energy.
That's true.
To
But you
spend.
know what's funny? I actually like it more when I'm drunk, the dubs, because then I try to ignore the subtitles and just pretend like I know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then it's like
I
I
know
kind of am
exactly
making up
what's
my own
going
story. But
You
yeah,
just-
so
you
that
just
was
you just
phenomenal.
add the you just add like a Dawson's Creek script or something like that in your head the
in
entire
my,
time.
in my head the whole time. It's
Yeah.
just like doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
I don't want to wait. What else did you watch?
The last thing that I watched that I should mention because I don't want to take up too much time is I finally watched Poco Rosso, the Studio Ghibli movie,
Oh, nice!
and it's phenomenal.
It's a great movie. That's a classic.
I know I got the Studio Ghibli collection, the Blu-ray thing that
Yeah.
they had on Amazon,
Yeah.
and so I was just like, now I can watch the ones that I haven't seen. Like I haven't seen As the Wind Rises. I haven't seen the new one. What's the new one? And Marnie was there.
What's this word that you're saying? Studio what now?
Ghibli.
I don't know what that is.
You know,
It's,
they did Princess Mononoke and
Delivery
Spirited Away.
Service.
It's like
Howl's
Japanese
Moving
Disney.
Castle.
Oh,
Yeah.
Japanese Disney. No,
Japanese
yeah, I've
Disney.
Never,
That's better than Disney.
I
Oh
have
wait,
not,
you've never seen any of them?
no, never.
Okay, next time you come up for a visit, Hutch, I'm just gonna give you the Blu-ray collection you can burn
Or
through.
just buy it
Okay.
right now.
I'm sure Esme would. She loves Disney. Like loves.
Dude, this is so
Disney.
Dude,
Good.
she will love these movies then. Like,
Okay.
they
They're
are
so good.
absolutely incredible. Story-wise, characters-wise, animation, like everything is just phenomenal about
Okay.
those movies.
Yeah.
Okay, I trust you.
Like, this is my shit. But yeah, Poco Rosso, phenomenal. I loved every minute of it.
Great
It
movie.
was it was one of the more like later Miyazaki films, so it's got much more of an adult theme and angle to it. It takes place during like what was it? It was like World War I with the Red Baron and
Yeah.
like plane like aviation combat was like really big. So essentially, it's a. No, actually, I'm not going to explain anything. You just
There you
gotta
go.
watch it. It's
Yeah,
great.
yeah. Okay.
It's great.
Have you seen Nausicaa?
Yes, I have seen
Okay.
Nausicaa. That was like one of the first ones, wasn't it?
It was one of the. It's like the same time as around as Pocoroso and all that. It's one of the early ones.
No. This was way earlier than Poco Rosso. I
Was
thought.
it? Was
you could
it
tell from the
Nausicaa?
art style.
Was Nausicaa earlier?
Yeah, it has to be.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah, because you could see how the art.
Yeah, I
style
think you're
from the
right. Yeah,
company
you're
matured.
right. You're right. You're correct. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, that's my list.
So I haven't watched a whole lot of new stuff, but I did watch one new thing last night that I want to recommend to you guys and anyone who's listening. It's a movie called Short Term 12. Have you guys heard of this?
No.
It's on. You can rent it on Amazon now, and it stars. I think her name's Brie Larson. The
Okay, I know her.
the girl from
Okay.
the girl from Room, right? That's Brie Larson,
Yeah.
right? And she plays like the director of this. It's like a live-in. Did you guys ever watch Lost?
I watched like the first two
Yeah,
seasons.
I never really got into it.
Well, I'm thinking of like the later seasons where they had the little community. They had
I watched it before it got bad.
before it got bad. No, I mean it got bad and then it got good and then it got bad again and then
Yeah.
it's all over the place. Anyways, it's
Yeah.
it's like a fuck, how do I explain it? It's like a series of small houses out in the middle of nowhere, secluded, and they send like troubled kids to go live there, and then the counselors like live with them. They have their own like little bunks. So I don't want to say anything besides that, but it was a really fantastic movie, and it has like a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes or something like that. And she's
Nice.
a
It's short term 12. You said.
short term 12, yeah, and
Okay.
it's good. It's a good one. It'll give you feels. If you watch it and don't have feels, then Go talk to a therapist, see if you qualify, you fit the criteria for a sociopath or something like that. But
All right, noted.
I watched. Okay, this is something new that I watched. Was The Leftovers? I started watching that.
Ooh, that's phenomenal.
It was really good. Yeah,
The HBO show.
Yeah, I'm like 3 or 4 episodes in, and
I've heard of that.
I think it's a JJ thing, isn't it? Didn't JJ have his hands? He has his hands in everything.
I think he had some in like maybe the script writing or like early production or something like that. I don't think he directed it or anything.
No,
like
I don't think he directed, but I think like some of the Lost guys were a part of this, which makes sense because it's very kind of Losty.
Yeah,
like things are
It's
happening and
super
then it
good,
doesn't
though.
give you any explanation or anything. But yeah,
I've seen it.
The Leftovers is really good, man. I think if you're looking for a show to binge, then that might be a good one. I saw the new X-Files. Did you guys watch that yet?
I watched all the first episode.
So
Great.
I'm gonna have a very unpopular opinion. I already know this.
Well-
I have never given a shit about the X-Files.
Oh, well,
How old are you again?
Ever. I'm
like
Old.
50, dude.
I'm 32. Go ahead.
No,
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna be-
You're
I'm
you're
gonna be
amongst
dirty.
friends here.
I'm gonna be dirty 30 this month.
You're not old. Come on. You got lots of life left in you. Yeah, no. I thought that it was good. Like, it got bad reviews. Excuse me. It got kind of bad reviews, like kind of tepid reviews. And
there
when
was
it-
the
I mean,
whole-
it felt like I was watching the original series, so I liked it.
yeah,
I'm a huge fan of the original series, so
I don't
a
think
big
you need
thing-
to watch the old ones to watch this either. I mean,
No,
maybe
not
a
at
little
all.
bit, but
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I know a big reason there was a big public outcry is because it came out that Gillian Anderson was actually paid like a significant amount less.
no,
for
no,
this
she
than
was
David Duchovny
she was offered less, and then but I think they got paid the same. I think
Did
they're
they?
probably friends in real life. She probably called him and like, how much do they offer you? And then I don't know. That's how I imagine it going down. But they did offer her like literally half of what.
Yeah,
David,
that's bullshit.
Jesus.
it is total bullshit. Yeah, she was 100% definitively like 50% of that show.
Absolutely.
Like if it was Duchovny and Gillian Anderson, if they were the only 100% of that show, it was definitely 50-50. Like Duchovny was not
Yeah.
the leading guy.
I mean, I'm sure for a vast amount of people, David Duchovny was their sexual awakening, and Gillian Anderson was the other half sexual awakening. So it's like they should be getting paid equal amount for fostering part of a new generation's
Yeah.
boners and splooshes.
Well, you know, like one thing I'll say is that I'm happy that we live in a time of like where social media spreads information so fast, and like
Yeah.
people actually learn about this stuff instead of like maybe the fucking Chicago Sun-Times will run an article about it in their entertainment section on like the 5th page. Now,
Yeah.
now these issues actually do get attention, and so I mean I think like we're heading in the right direction, but there's still some ground to be made in Hollywood. I also watched. It was really fucking good. You guys have heard of American Horror Story, right? You guys have heard of the show, American Crime Story, The People versus O.J. Simpson. Have you guys seen the trailers for this?
Ooh, no, I
I
haven't.
have.
It's the same. It's the same group of people, I think. Same studio maybe that distributes American Horror Story, but they did American Crime Story, and it's just like I think it's a 10-parter, and they only just had the first episode, and fuck, it's fucking good, man. It's so
I'm
good.
with it. That's
especially,
a cool story.
especially for like. I mean, Bunny it might be interesting to you, but I vividly remember watching the Bronco chase, and I doubt you were
Yeah.
alive.
Mm-hmm.
Were you alive? Yeah, you were alive. You were a little baby, I think.
It was in the late 90s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was,
he was
I was
definitely
like
alive.
3 or 4.
It was 96? 97?
Yeah, I was
something
born
like
in
that. I
93.
don't
I think
know.
it was like 97.
Yeah,
Hold on,
probably.
I'm gonna find out right now.
It's one of those, like 96 or 97. But this was really fucking good, man. It wasn't like a hokey kind of made-for-TV special. You can.
That's what I was afraid of.
No, it was good. I was really impressed. I'm looking forward to the next one. And then I've also been watching the entire Game of Thrones series. And I'm on season 4 now. And
Wow,
I
it
got-
was 94.
Was it?
1994.
That makes sense, yeah, because I must have been in like 5th grade when that happened.
Damn.
Well, then, the Bronco chase happened in 94, but the trial and the verdict, that was like 96, 97.
'Cause I remember hearing about that on TV.
Yeah, that didn't.
I remember that.
You know, both of those things were like equal parts of the story of the OJ story. But yeah, it was really good. I mean, fucking John Travolta's in it. Cuba Gooding Jr. plays. Like, there's a bunch of actors who I've seen a bunch, and I don't know their names, but it's pretty packed with with good actors. Yeah. Anyways, but I'm going back and watching Game of Thrones again, and I'm really enjoying watching the entire series the second time around because I didn't follow a lot of this show like in real time as I was watching it. I loved it. But there was a lot of it that I was just like, wait, who's Mason Mast? Who is the like? I didn't, and now I'm able to pretty much follow it pretty well. There's not too much that I'm missing. Such a good show, man. Game of Thrones
is really good.
I think Game of Thrones is gonna go down as like probably the best. I don't know. It's so good. It's hard to beat that.
It's gotta be. It's super good.
And I think that's it. I think that's all I watched. I mean, I know I watched a bunch of other stuff too, but that's all I can remember.
I think I forgot to mention I watched Birdman for the first time as well.
Hey, that's a good movie.
It was phenomenal.
That's a good movie.
It was really good. Like, I heard it was good, and I really wanted to watch it, just didn't get the chance to, and I finally did it, and oh my god.
Yeah, I bought
it was
that.
So, like, the way it was shot, like, was just astounding to me.
Yeah.
Like how they made everything seem like a one shot, basically.
Yeah.
Like, it was fantastic. It was so good.
Really
so well done.
Really good cast too. Like people that normally annoy me didn't annoy me. Like Edward Norton and what's her name? Emily. What's her name? The fuck is her name? Stone. Emily Stone.
Emma Stone.
Emma Stone.
That's it. Yeah.
He annoys you?
A little bit. She's got that kind of resting annoying face. I don't know what
resting bitch face.
She's my Hollywood crush, man.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, I don't know who mine would be. I think I have a few.
I love Emma Stone.
She's pretty great.
So you guys ready to move on to the news?
Yeah. Is it all Deadpool related? I really hope it's all Deadpool related.
I didn't get anything Deadpool related, actually.
Really?
Yeah, because there's nothing really new. It's coming out soon.
Yeah, that's important. Let's talk about that for 9 hours. So
there's been a bunch of really awesome stuff they've been doing with their ad campaign.
Yeah. Okay.
Advertisements have been phenomenal.
Oh, we can talk about that. Yeah. We can. And for the record, I was wrong. There is one story in here about Deadpool. You know what? I'll open with that one just for you, Gio. Ryan Reynolds says, "I would like to play Deadpool for the rest of my life." Speaking to IGN, actor Ryan Reynolds was asked about a possible return to the role of Hal Jordan for Green Lantern, and Reynolds reinforced that the only comic character that he wants to play again is Deadpool. The upcoming Deadpool film hits theaters February 12th. Besides Green Lantern, Reynolds has appeared in other comic book films, including Blade Trinity and R.I.P.D. Reynolds stated, "I never want to play another comic book character again. Deadpool, I would like to play for the rest of my life. That'd be fun." So that's good news for. I mean, I think this movie's going to do really well. In fact, I think I read something recently that I was tracking to open with like $44 million, which for like a brand new IP like that, or not IP, a brand new like property like that. I guess it's not brand new, but brand new in terms of its own solo movie. I think 44 million is pretty respectable.
And all the reviews that have came out from the pre-screenings and stuff like that have been phenomenal.
Yeah, a lot of good buzz. They've killed it in this advertising campaign.
Oh my god, it's so good.
It's been really fucking good. They did one like a cancer PSA. Did you know that? It was like him encouraging you to touch yourself, something like that. I don't know. They're just doing it so right. I think they're doing great. Paul Rudd talks about Ant-Man's role in the MCU. He said, "I know that when I signed up for it, that there was always the potential that they'd do another one or it would tie in some way, but specifically I wasn't aware, and I'm still not totally aware of how that's the case. We are doing a second one, so those meetings are starting to be scheduled and underway as far as what it's going to be. We'll start writing it soon." And then on working out the scheduling with Marvel, it's been really easy, yada, yada, yada. So that's kind of surprising. Like, they didn't like, I guess that's not surprising for a character like Ant-Man. It makes sense that they wouldn't sign someone like Paul Rudd up for like 3 movies. They want to see how the first movie does.
Yeah.
As opposed to someone like Chris Evans, where I think they pretty much knew like they were going to make a bunch of Captain Americas.
With Thor, Iron Man, and Captain America, I think that was set in stone that they were going to start that. They didn't know what to do with the other stuff, so I guess just testing the waters.
I mean, can we talk about Doctor Strange?
Yeah. Did you have a piece of news from anything?
Yes, I have a massive raging erection for Benedict Cumberbatch as Doctor Strange. I think
looks really good.
Fits the role perfectly, and from all the early shots that we're seeing of him in the outfit, he looks perfect.
I'm surprised they didn't try and change up his goatee, so that they didn't let Tony Stark just have the monopoly on that goatee.
I think they're learning their lesson from trying to go a little too far from what people love.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they're getting better at that and just going like, just make him fucking look like Doctor Strange.
You know, I gotta say, I don't know
Yeah.
anything about Doctor Strange, and I think that kind of benefits me right now because
Oh,
because I have faith in the MCU, and I'm just excited about a new property. You know, they haven't come
Yep.
out with anything recently that I don't like. You know?
So you're
Yeah.
in for a super treat. If you like kind of like more of like the occult side of that universe and
Very
and
magic
like
oriented.
the balance of time and space and all that stuff and just like weird occult forces, then you're gonna super dig this.
Well, I mean, I really love all the actors involved. The guy from 12 Years a Slave, and then who's the love interest in that movie? It's someone else I like.
Oh Christ, I can't remember. I did hear. Oh my God, what is the name of that?
Rachel
actress?
McAdams.
She played.
Rachel
no,
McAdams.
not Rachel. As the
She's-
love interest, yeah.
Yeah.
But somebody
I
was
didn't know she
slated
was
to
in the
play
movie.
the bad guy, who was Gabriel in Constantine. What's that actress name?
Wait, Gabriel. Which one's Gabriel?
The angel.
But we're talking about the movie, right?
Yeah, we're talking the movie Constantine. She played the angel Gabriel.
What's her name
I don't
from?
remember what you're talking about.
Tilda Swinton.
Yeah. I know what you're
Yep.
talking
So apparently
Sounds right.
she's cast to play a male bad guy in this movie as well.
Really? Didn't
Yep,
she?
and
Didn't she play a male? Oh, someone wants Tilda Swinton to play David Bowie in the biopic.
I mean,
Have you
that'd
heard
be
about
cool.
that? Yeah, it would. They
would-
look
I can
very
see
similar.
that.
Yeah,
I
I
can see
personally,
that.
I just love Tilda Swinton.
No, she's
She's
great.
great.
She was really good
Yeah.
in what's called Snowpiercer. She
Yeah.
was phenomenal
Yeah, she
in that
was.
movie.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next one. Gwendoline Christie confirms she will return as Captain Phasma in Star Wars Episode 8. I don't
Nice.
know. Do I
Have a
need to
bigger
say?
role.
Do I need to say spoiler alert on this? Because it's interesting that I don't need to read the whole article. I mean, we got it just straight from the title there, but everybody was kind of wondering like, what the fuck happened to Phasma in that movie? Because like the last
Yeah.
we left her, they were saying throw her in the
Trash compactor.
throw her in the trash compactor, and then it never got resolved. So
Yeah.
that was one. I guess that's the weak point of Star Wars if I had to pick one.
Well, I just
I'd
feel like
agree.
they rushed a lot of it because they were trying to fit so much in one movie. And I know I read the comments from the last one. Everyone's like, "It's the new universe. Disney did the thing." And I all right, I get that now. I get it. I'm a little depressed about it because I'm such a avid Star Wars fan that I was like, I want to see all the things that I like.
You're
But,
gonna miss.
you know,
You're gonna miss all that canon.
Exactly. But it's like I appreciate it. They're doing their own thing. Okay, I'm along for the ride. I'm interested to see where it goes.
I always just wish that they didn't like amp up Phasma as much as they did.
I
Trailers
mean, they
and
did the
stuff like
same
that.
shit for Maul. Remember
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
I don't think. I mean, they didn't really amp up Captain Phasma though. The
I
internet.
think I guess yeah, I guess
That's true.
because she was
That's
already
true.
kind of
true.
beloved from Game of Thrones, and so I think
Yeah.
I think everybody sort of went in with their own set of expectations.
Yep, that's true.
Start dates revealed for Avatar 2 and Wolverine 3 and more.
Whoa, wait, what?
The start
Wolverine
dates.
3 is supposed to be
That's
Old Man Logan, I think.
Yes.
wait, but I'm more fucked
Yeah.
up. Avatar 2.
You didn't
What?
know about this?
No.
Yeah.
Oh no, it doesn't. It gets better. They're filming Avatar 2, 3, and 4 back to back to back.
Jesus
What?
Christ.
I didn't know about that. I knew there was gonna be a second one, but
No, they are filming 2, 3, and 4 back to back to back.
God, you heard it
why?
here first,
Yeah.
everybody.
No.
More
Well, definitely you
hair
didn't hear
porn.
it here first, but
but why?
movie made fucking like $2.5 billion. Why wouldn't they make 3 sequels? Of course they're gonna make 3 sequels. It sucks that it takes like these filmmakers need to realize if you let too much time lapse between these movies, people will lose interest. Like I don't think Avatar 2. I mean, I don't know.
I didn't even okay, so I liked Avatar, but I didn't think it was like anything incredible.
I did not like Avatar.
Like
I'm still.
I
I
liked
will.
it for what it was. Like I could appreciate it, but like it wasn't anything groundbreaking.
I can enjoy Avatar just sitting back and watching it because it is really pretty. But,
Yeah, it's
but
Visually gorgeous, but story-wise, it's very basic.
it's Dances with Wolves on a different
Yeah.
planet. That's all it is.
With-
it's Pocahontas.
with hair-
it's Dances with
with
Wolves
hair dicks.
with hair
It's
dicks.
just-
Yeah.
Wait, that I don't know why that fucked me up as much as it did in the movie, but I was like, why are they having sex with that tree with their hair? What's happening?
I like that part. I like that part. Wolverine 3 will begin production on April 25th and will shoot in New Orleans and New Mexico.
Old Man Logan. Fuck
yeah.
Avatar 2
So
will
excited for
start
that.
production around April 15th in New Zealand. Ghost in the Shell. You guys are probably familiar with Ghost in the Shell, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, but I'm not excited about the movie
You're not.
because they whitewashed the main character.
No, did they?
Yeah,
They got
yeah. Scarlett Johansson.
And they fucked up. I love Scarlett Johansson, but the chick that played the Japanese girl in Pacific Rim should be the main character for Ghost in the Shell.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Like that's who it should be, and they fucked up.
There's a couple young Asian actresses that are doing like really cool things out there too.
Why the fuck does Hollywood keep doing that?
They're eating it.
Like it's not like there's like a lack of fucking actors and actresses out there. Like
So Ghost in the Shell starts filming this month in New Zealand, and it's gonna come out in 2017. Excuse me, real quick.
oh wait, Ghost in the Shell is being filmed in New Zealand?
That's what it says here.
some reason.
That's
weird.
I'm so lost about that movie now.
Like I'm keeping an open mind, but I'm still really pissed off.
This one's exciting. Blade Runner 2 will begin in July 2nd in the UK and Hungary.
Interesting.
No release date set for that movie, but it stars Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford. God, I'm so excited for that movie.
Man. Oh, that's gonna be great.
Yeah, Alien Covenant. This is like, I love this. Begins production in April in Sydney, Australia. Ridley Scott will direct. Michael Fassbender will star. One bit of news that we didn't get to cover because we didn't record the last couple of weeks is that Ridley Scott confirmed that Noomi Rapace is not coming back. For this one, her character will have already died, presumably.
Interesting. Like within like space travel or something.
I guess, yeah. I'm just gonna guess that. But this movie takes place 10 years after the events of Prometheus.
Okay.
All right.
Hopefully this will be kind of like a redeeming movie because I know a lot of people didn't like Prometheus for really stupid reasons.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're really gonna if I was Ridley Scott, I would want to like come back and be like, oh yeah, you didn't like that? All right, watch this. Like he was clearly wasn't done with the Alien universe, and he like as a filmmaker, you can tell he wants to go back to that. And yeah, I think he's gonna come out swinging with this one. Transformers 5 starts filming in May. Michael Bay will direct, and the film will star Mark Wahlberg's coming back. I didn't know that. Okay.
Christ.
I mean,
I'll only watch it if he has a Boston accent.
I'll say that the Age of Extinction was the second least shitty one, and the first Transformers would be the first least shitty one.
Yeah, I feel another unpopular opinion. I never gave a shit about Transformers, man.
That's not unpopular. That's really popular.
Is it?
Yep. Nobody likes it.
As a kid who grew up with Transformers and Beast Wars and shit like that, it was my steez, and those movies just shit all over everything I love.
But the first one wasn't terrible. It wasn't great, but it wasn't terrible.
I mean,
Age of Extinction was
see
still
when the first one came out, I was old enough to know what's shitty and what's not in a movie.
Yeah.
So I didn't have the I don't know. I wasn't lucky enough to watch it like before I had a proper opinion of movies. Yeah. Unfortunately, so I don't know.
I heard the new video game they did was like a perfect callback.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah, I hear good things about the video games in general.
The newest one by Platinum is the one.
Yes, that one.
I forgot what it was called, Transformer something, but it's fucking awesome.
Like it's supposed to like look like you're playing the '80s cartoon.
Yeah, it's the old school '80s cartoon characters and things like that. And it's so fucking awesome.
That's cool.
That's cool. Beat 'em up.
Sophie Turner says Game of Thrones season 6 will be Sansa's best yet. Are both of you guys caught up with Game of Thrones?
Yes.
Yeah. On the season being big for Sansa, I mean, this season is a really, really big one for Sansa. It's probably her best season yet. It's really her coming into her own. This season really commands the respect that she deserves and grabs hold of it, and she runs with it, and it's really good. So, yeah.
Which means she's probably going to die.
I think I got... She also says, I mean, this season... This is a quote, so it's hard for me to like. I mean, this season there's like so many shocks. It's massive. It's the biggest season yet. Ooh, that's talking a big game there. And just like in terms of character development, so many people's storylines I'm excited for. I'm so excited to see Alfie's one this season. It's going to be good. Which one's Alfie?
Alfie is the son who became eunuched by the torturer kid.
Yeah.
He's the
bald guy.
No.
Is it the bald guy? No.
He's the one who get named Reek again.
Oh.
Yeah.
And his name used to be, I can't remember.
Oh, she means Alfie as in the guy's actual name.
Yeah, the actor.
Yeah.
Isn't that Alfie Allen, like Lily Allen's
yeah,
brother
yeah,
or something?
yeah. She wrote a song about him.
I actually completely forgot that guy was in John Wick before I watched it again.
Yeah,
recently.
dude. Main bad guy.
I forgot that was him.
Rewatching Game of Thrones this season, and man, Theon's storyline is so
That's
fucking
it.
hard. It's
Theon
so,
Greyjoy. That's it.
Theon. There you go. Theon's arc is just fucking brutal. Like he does not have a good season 3.
No, he does not.
And then he doesn't have one season 4 and season 5. Like his character has been, I can't think of another character besides maybe, what's his name, Jorah.
Oh yeah.
But
Sir
even
Jorah.
he, I don't think like Theon's way worse than.
Yeah, no one touches the shit show that is his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so on to the next one here. I already read the Deadpool one. Batman v Superman hitting China the same day as US. This is actually a big deal. Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice will be getting a huge worldwide opening weekend. China box office revealed that the DC superhero team-up film will open up on the same day in that country as it does domestically on March 25th. So, Batman v Superman has a chance to break some fucking records here. They're opening in the 2 biggest markets in the world on the same day, and I don't know. I think this movie's gonna be fucking cute.
I'm excited.
This story is pretty funny / interesting / tragic. Did you guys see the Hateful Eight?
Yes.
No, I still haven't.
Oh, is this about the guitar?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I heard that.
I read
yeah.
that.
Oh my God. Kurt Russell accidentally broke a 145-year-old guitar on the set of The Hateful Eight. Dick Bloke, the director and curator of the Martin Guitar Museum, told Reverb that the guitar Russell smashed during a scene in the film was a priceless museum piece and not the prop replica that was going to be swapped back in. This part is where it gets interesting. Jennifer Jason Leigh's shocked look in the film was a legitimate reaction to the guitar's destruction. So no one told Kurt Russell that like that to me is like the height of irresponsibility as like a director or like I don't know whose job that maybe the producer of like not telling Kurt Russell that that's a priceless guitar. And in that scene, her face really does look shocked. Like she looks like completely taken aback. So yeah, that's a funny little story.
Also, can we pause and just say the name of the director or curator, whoever you just said again?
I just closed the window, so no.
Dick Bloke.
Dick Bloke, is that was his name?
Dick Bloke.
What a name.
I hope I said it right. And I didn't just
Richard
completely.
Bloke.
Dick Bloke.
Dick Bloke,
starring in the 80s comeback thriller.
That honestly
Hammer
sounds
Fist.
like a detective's name. Like that is a hardcore detective's name.
Ethan Hawke may appear in a Training Day series. Did you guys hear about this?
I love Ethan Hawke.
I didn't, but that's cool.
Yeah, I
That's
like him too,
amazing,
man.
and I love Ethan Hawke.
He was good in
I want to see
Boyhood.
him. I want to see him in more things.
While CBS's Training Day pilot will be set 15 years after the events of the 2001 film, Ethan Hawke may still show up. Deadline reports that the network has talked with Ethan Hawke to reprise his role as Jake Hoyt for the show, similar to how Bradley Cooper has appeared on Limitless as his film character. Which Limitless, by the way, is like a decent popcorn show. So like,
Yeah.
it's not terrible. It's not like Game of Thrones, but it's like Dexter. It's a little bit like Dexter in the sense that there's humor, there's some serious stuff, but it's all.
Didn't Bradley Cooper character make it into the show?
Yeah, he did. I think he showed up a few times. But yeah, I think this could be good, man. I have faith. Given what they did with Limitless, I have faith that they can make this one a good one. Zack Snyder talks about other Justice League characters in Batman v Superman. He said, as far as the other Justice League characters go, they will play a very small role. It's really just a whisper they exist. Except for Wonder Woman, we see her really well. But really, the movie is about Batman and Superman, and we really want to take time with them, and he says really a lot, and we really drill down on the why of them and what they stand for and their beliefs and them as characters. That's pretty much the why of the movie. But again, as I said, it does begin with the conversation about these guys being out there. I guess that means like the rest of them.
Yeah. That makes me feel nice about it. I feel good about
And
that statement.
I've been reading a lot of articles lately about the difference between the DC's TV universe and the cinematic universe, and it actually makes sense because they have their own multiverse going on. So it's like these universes can exist and still kind of be a part of the same mega universe, if that makes any sense. Which is kind of an interesting take on it. But so here, I want to talk about something and tell me if you guys are not cool with it, but I can delve into some like massive, massive spoilers here because I couldn't resist and I just started Googling Batman v Superman spoilers this weekend, and there's a couple
I've
things.
read it, so
Yeah, it's all over Reddit now. There's a guy actually whose name is Breaking NDA or Violating NDA, and he claims that he saw the advanced screener of the movie, and you can find the thread of him talking about everything that's in the movie, and what he says is in direct contradiction to what Zack Snyder is saying here. So either Violating NDA guy is lying, or Zack Snyder's trying to do a little misdirection. But
here is your spoiler warning. If you don't want to hear anything,
skip about 10 minutes, because there's another story right after this that has to do with Batman v Superman spoilers, and they're big, massive potential spoilers. So I'm giving you a moment right now to press, pause or skip, but 10 minutes and you'll be good. I need to look at the time right now to make sure that, okay. All right. And you two are comfortable with me talking about this?
yeah,
I don't care.
All right. So what I read from Violating NDA is that everyone shows up by the end of it. Like, you see them fully formed, and they're oh man, do you want me to tell you what I read?
yeah.
Yeah, I personally have zero interest in this movie. I feel bad saying it, but I really do.
Okay,
You're an
well,
awful human being. It's okay.
Well, I don't know how much I believe of this, but it did sound plausible. What this guy was saying was that what is Doomsday? Doomsday shows up in like the first act, basically, or like the second act, or something like that. But he's not the main villain. The main villain ends up being Lex, and he has these drones that he's built to stand as like a defense against these new alien creatures, or these new creatures with powers and stuff like that. All the while he had Aquaman he had captured Aquaman somehow and was doing experiments with him. And this is where it kind of makes sense, because Zack Snyder made it a point to beef up Aquaman in like press interviews like a year ago, saying Aquaman doesn't suck. His trident is the only thing that can actually pierce Superman's skin and make him bleed. So and this would also make sense because of the whole anyways, it's getting a little too convoluted. So apparently the final act of the film, you see the entire Justice League assembled fighting off Lex Luthor's drones.
That's cool.
So I'm curious to know if Zack Snyder's throwing in a little misdirection here. But the thing is, if Violating NDA is right, then this can't possibly be right. This is an article from Latino Review, who claims definitively, without a doubt, that Bizarro is the main villain of Batman v Superman. Yeah.
Huh.
That's jumping the shark, I feel like.
But Latino Review, like this site, like they always get it right.
On another, when we were streaming, we were playing H1Z1, when you mentioned that to us.
They were the ones that broke the news that Doomsday was going to be in it before anyone knew it.
True, but
Bizarro?
Bizarro doesn't make sense because he's not like a main Justice League villain. It doesn't make sense at all. He's not like a super strong dude. Well, we said it was like maybe if Doomsday and him team up, that would make sense.
But also, like, why throw Doomsday, like one of the pinnacle bad guys in the Superman universe, just as like a side note in a movie? Like,
well,
that makes zero sense.
I think that they'll probably save Doomsday for later. I think Doomsday will come back.
Like he's just running around doing whatever. And
well,
isn't
one of the like, I don't know enough about Doomsday, but isn't part of his story that when he dies, he just comes back stronger every time until he's like his final form or something? He just keeps dying and then coming back.
I don't know.
No, I thought Doomsday was just like this unstoppable beast from some like alien prison planet that like they were
he's
cloning
genetically
him or
from,
something or that's it
from Zod. It's Zod's dead body that they genetically altered to make Doomsday. But the only thing that makes sense is that Bizarro and Doomsday team up.
I don't know.
So they can expand on like the bigger, because the Justice League has fought in, like a lot of like crews of villains, like the Sinister Six and Marvel and things like that. Like they've done that kind of thing. So that's the only thing that makes sense to me.
But it just doesn't make sense to me because the first time they introduced Doomsday, it's in Death of Superman. Yeah. And it has nothing to do with Batman, and Doomsday and Superman have a slugfest.
Well,
and then they end up killing each other. Well,
it's important to remember Zack Snyder's come out and said that we are not, like, we draw inspiration from the comics, but we are doing our own story. So they're taking these characters and they're weaving their own narrative. Like I'm sure they're I mean, it's like, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be plenty of like callbacks to the actual comics, but for that, I fully expect them to deviate completely and for this to be their own thing. But yeah, this one, I mean, like the Bizarro news has me like super stoked. If that's true, then I'm fully into
It's
that.
such a weird.
I would
pick for
rather
me.
it be Bizarro than Lex's drones.
I
would
am
way
super.
rather it be
I would
Bizarro.
rather it be that, other than that, and then or Lex in his like super robot suit.
See,
Yeah.
Like, I
for
don't want to
me,
see that.
I don't think that's
I'm-
gonna happen. I really
I'm just
don't.
really
Yeah.
worried. I'm really worried that this is going to be another Spider-Man 3 where they try to just throw everything in the kitchen sink into one movie and it just becomes a convoluted mess of terribleness.
Well, this movie is 3 hours long, and there's a rumored 4.5 hour cut. So
Jesus.
or not 4.5 hour, 4 hour cut.
what the fuck?
So it does have more time than
They have an
Spider-Man
intermission?
3 has.
Like-
Oh, I don't
I
know.
will watch the 4-hour cut.
Well, they're not gonna do the 4 hour cut in theaters, but I
Yeah,
mean, like,
yeah, obviously.
And we talked about it before, but I think Watchmen's runtime was 2.5 hours, and the director's cut is like 3.5 hours. It's like that.
Yeah,
it's like a
still-
full extra hour, and it's really fucking good too.
A 4.5 hour movie?
Dude,
That seems.
I love it. I
That's a-
love it.
I have
that
no
is a
problem watching
slog.
4 hours of Superman and Batman.
100% no problem whatsoever. So I think we can end the Batman spoiler discussion there. But I mean, obviously, like big news coming out of this because their big downfall in as far as buzz goes is that everyone has this impression that we've all seen the entire movie from the trailer, and so
Yeah.
I think they have to tease something else before the movie comes out just to get the word out there, like, no, you guys haven't even seen like a fraction of what we want to show you yet, like, have some faith. So in that regard, I wouldn't be surprised if they all they need to do is show like Aquaman. They don't even need to show like any of the other villains or anything like that, but just show me Aquaman, because it's 100% confirmed that he's in the movie. I don't know about Cyborg and the Flash and Green Lantern.
Green Lantern. Yeah.
Isn't Martian Manhunter?
I don't think he's gonna be in any of the movies. They said nothing about Martian
No,
Manhunter.
it's rumored that he is going to be the villain for Justice League 1, and then Darkseid is going to, or Darkseid or Darkseid?
Darkseid.
Darkseid is going to be the villain for the second one. That's
That's gonna be dope.
I don't know what that means. We've already. I mean, something we haven't talked about too is that I guess Darkseid's symbol was in the trailer. Have you guys? It's like an Omega symbol or something like that. Did you read anything about this, Bunny? Like
I heard it.
There's
I
a
heard
there's a
rumors of it, but I didn't see it.
there's a cut of the dream sequence, and there's this giant symbol like burned into the earth, and apparently that's Darkseid's symbol. And so now everybody's going nuts saying that he's going to be in Batman v Superman, but I don't think that's. I think they're setting him up for Justice League. There's no way they put him in this movie too with everything else it has going on.
Yeah,
I really doubt
that would be a clusterfuck.
I mean, who knows? Because they're fucking doing everything else.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm the one dissenting opinion on Batman v Superman. I don't think.
I'm with you. Like honestly,
I just
like,
don't think DC's gotten it right yet. They're trying to do too much and like, look, no, we could also do cool movies.
No.
Yeah, I'm with you, but I also like I want it to be good. Like I really like hardcore want this movie to be fucking awesome.
No, Man of Steel was good. It was good. Michael Pitt to play Ghost in the Shell villain. You guys know who Michael Pitt is? He was in.
Can't place the face. I know the name though.
He was in Boardwalk Empire. Did you guys ever watch that show?
Yeah. Wait. Who? Whoa, was he the Italian mob boss?
Oh, that's the dude. He was also in
That crazy movie.
Hannibal. He was in Hannibal.
He was in
as well.
Hannibal. He was also in a movie called what's it called? It's really fucked
Michael.
up.
Oh, yeah, okay. He played the.
He was
played,
in The Dreamers as well.
He was in Seven Psychopaths in the beginning of Seven Psychopaths.
Oh yeah. The little monologue.
Yep.
Funny Games. That's the one that he was.
That's right.
He play. It's like a Clockwork Orange kind of movie. He plays a fucked up character in that movie.
Yep.
So I don't know anything about Ghost in the Shell, but I know that he can play a villain really well.
Yeah, I like him a lot as a.
yeah.
Why are
like
they
a
continually
evil guy.
whitewashing it? Stop.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Hollywood,
it's
stop.
Hollywood, man.
He's going places though, man. I like him as an actor. He's a good guy. George Miller recalls the Justice League film that never was. George Miller spoke with THR for a new interview and recalled his Justice League film in 2007 that never happened. Miller was set to direct the film, which would have starred Armie Hammer, Common, and Megan Gale as Batman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman, but it eventually fell apart. And he says, that was 7 years ago, I think. And there was a really great script, and Warner said, let's do it. Let's do Justice League movie. I was really attracted to it, but there were writer's strike looming. We had to cast it very quickly, which we did with Warner's casting people. And we cast it really quickly, and we mounted it really quickly, and it depended on a start date, and it depended on some basic rebate legislation that had just got through the new Australian government, but it was just too big a decision for them to make at the time, and that fell through, and the whole film fell through. This is actually surprising to hear that they did this in 2007, because wasn't Nolan's Batman franchise like right in the middle of their... I mean, Nolan was still making Batman then, right?
Yeah, and they casted someone else's Batman.
I guess it was to try to just like ride the wave of that success to go like, dude, we got more. Look, we got more stuff.
That would have been a huge mistake, I think. As much as I want to see a George Miller Justice League movie, because I think that would be great.
Or George Miller superhero movie period would be.
Yeah, he turned down Man of Steel too.
Yeah, it's like I don't know about Justice League. That might be too much, but I would like to see a George Miller like focused, drilled down superhero movie, like a real gritty one. Like if he did The Goon, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I could see. I honestly like now that you say that, like I'm thinking like maybe Spawn or something.
Spawn would be rad.
Spawn would be great. Yeah.
But yeah, no, they've said they wanted to do a Goon movie. I remember reading that a long time ago. I don't know if anything ever came out of it, but yeah, George Miller would rock the shit out of a Goon movie.
Yeah, he just came out recently and clarified too, because I guess he was misquoted as saying he's not going to do any Mad Max sequels, and then he came out and said no. The reporter got my quote completely twisted, and so like there was an internet scare for like a good week there, because I read that article and the article definitively said I'm not doing any more Mad Max movies. I was like, what the fuck? I've been reading all this buzz about how he said he wanted to explore Furiosa's character and maybe in a different movie, or I don't know. Anyways, Screenwriter bashes early version of Game of Thrones pilot. This one was kind of interesting. Screenwriter Craig Mazin, who wrote The Hangover 2 and Identity Thief, recently said that the early version of Game of Thrones pilot was a complete piece of shit. He was given an early viewing by friends David Benioff and D.B. Wise, who created the show. Screenwriter John August was also at the screening. During an appearance on Script Notes, Wise said, "Watching them watch that original pilot was one of the most painful experiences of my life. As soon as it finished, Craig said, 'You guys have a massive problem.' Benioff added, 'I was taking notes and I just remember writing in all caps, massive problem. And it's all I could think about the rest of the night. Craig really didn't have any great ideas except that he said, change everything.'"
What did he direct?
So this was like the original pilot. So they shot a pilot for the show, and then they screened it for some of their writer friends to see what they thought. Mm-hmm. And apparently the original pilot that no one's ever seen besides these people was just awful. And they they went in and they reshot everything and with a new director, and then that was the true pilot that came after. So out of like the ashes of total dog shit came this masterpiece show, which is crazy when you think about it, because that could be like the biggest turnaround of all time.
Yeah. I was about to say, thank God for the Hangover 2 director.
Yeah, right?
Ricky Gervais completes a rough cut of David Brent movie Life on the Road. Did you guys watch the UK Office?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was incredible.
I love it.
It's so good.
This is going to be like a continuation of that?
Yep.
Oh, I'm so stoked.
Oh, that's great.
Yep. We haven't heard anything about this in a while, but I remember he announced it like a couple of years ago. In a post on his Twitter account, Ricky Gervais revealed that he's completed a rough cut of the upcoming David Brent movie Life on the Road. You can check out his tweet and a set photo from the film below. Oh, look at that. There are photos.
That's awesome, man. I'm really excited about that.
I love David Brent's character, man. I love that character.
I just really like Ricky Gervais.
I do too.
He's phenomenal. He's phenomenal. Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, and Zack Galifianakis. God damn it.
You got this. Hold on.
Take two.
Galifianakis.
There you
set for The Something. This has me excited.
Use take two.
These three actors together in a movie, my God. The Wrap reports that Seth Rogen, Bill Hader, and Zack Galifianakis are set to star in the astronaut comedy The Something. The film is written, directed, and produced by Rodney Rothman, 22 Jump Street. Point Grey Pictures will blah, 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 blah. Rogen, Evan Goldberg, and James Weaver will produce with it, blah, 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 blah. Okay.
Could be funny.
Oh, yeah. Fucking
sure
could be.
I'm
sure
it will be.
I love all these actors. There's nothing that they've... Can you name a Bill Hader movie that you don't like? Same with Zack Galifianakis, excluding The Hangover.
Yeah, there's a couple of Galifianakis movies I didn't super like. What's the one with him and...
Robert Downey Jr.?
Yeah, that one.
Give it another shot.
That was terrible.
Give it another shot, and you
it.
might...
Hangover
really
3 was
that.
a trash pile.
I thought Hangover 2 and 3 were pretty bad.
Yeah, they were not good.
But if you're Zack Galifianakis, you're never saying no to like $25 million or whatever they gave him to come back.
I mean,
and
I
do
don't
those,
blame him. Yeah, you're right. I don't blame him. It's just they were shitty movies.
I didn't see the third one.
I'm trying to think of a Bill Hader movie that I might not like, and none are coming to mind.
Trainwreck was really good.
Oh,
Yeah, Trainwreck was really good. I laughed really hard.
He's
at that.
great in everything, man.
Yeah, I really like Bill Hader.
This one's the last one here, second to last one. But you guys might like this one. Elizabeth Banks to play. Do you guys know who Elizabeth Banks is?
Yeah.
Yes.
She is going to play Rita Repulsa in the Power.
Oh
in the
yeah,
Power
I saw
Rangers
that.
movie.
Yeah, and I'm super excited about that.
She's gonna be great. Yeah,
Elizabeth Banks is such a great actress for that role. Like she's perfect.
And I hope this movie doesn't take itself too seriously.
Still a little bit of whitewashing, a little bit, but still.
Well, I mean, they're taking an Asian actress and making a white woman again.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know. I hope this movie doesn't take itself too seriously. The fact that they cast her as Rita Repulsa gives me a little bit of hope that they aren't, because she's got real good comedic timing. She's really funny. You know, she was really funny in the what are those movies, like the Glee Club movies? What the fuck were the singing? Singing.
Pitch Perfect.
Yeah. She was really funny in those, and she directed the second one too. Okay, last one here. Christopher Nolan reteams with Interstellar cinematographer for the new film Dunkirk. I don't need to read the entire article here, but the cinematographer's name is... Where is it? I can't find it. What the fuck? Okay. Hoyt van Hoytema. What a name. Yeah, Hoyt van Hoytema. His first name is literally a part of his last name. Hoyt van Hoytema. Okay, he was a director of photography for Interstellar, and he's using him again for Dunkirk, which is really great news, because even if you didn't love Interstellar, it is a fucking visual masterpiece. And
I still have to watch it.
You've never watched Interstellar?
I actually just rewatched it like 2 months ago.
This is my problem, and I had the same problem with like the original Contact movie and a couple other ones that were just like really kind of drawn out.
Okay.
I fall asleep. I fall asleep.
This is Interstellar is a very sleepy movie. I'll say that. It's a good movie to put on when you're falling asleep, which is
that's the thing is I can't get through it because it happens every time.
I mean, I really loved Interstellar. It's controversial. Not, you know, some people have a really fucking huge problem with the ending of the movie, but it has a special place in my heart, and it's beautiful. It's visually stunning, and just the idea of Christopher Nolan going back to like a more grounded movie instead of doing like Inception and Interstellar, which was more like a lot more abstract. You have him taking it to have you guys heard about Dunkirk? It's a World War II story.
I've heard about it. I don't know a lot about it though.
It's like this massive rescue that happened. Like some English soldiers just rescued like an insane amount of people in this super top secret mission or something like that. I don't know, but
that's cool.
Yeah, Tom Hardy's talking to be in talks to be in it. Kenneth Branagh.
Tom Hardy already going to be good.
Yeah. Well, he's been in he was in Inception, so and in Dark Knight Rises, so it wouldn't be surprising if Nolan went back to the well for this one. All right, that's all the news that I got. What else do we do here? We do reader mail, and is there anything else? We didn't have a topic this week, but we had a lot of fucking news.
Yeah.
What's our time? We're already at an hour. Yeah, we can jump. Yeah. We can jump on over to the questions.
Some reader mail here.
Oh dear.
Deadpool in 6 days. What was the first R-rated film you sneaked theater to see? By Frooster Guy.
Ooh, that's a good question.
I didn't sneak into one. My first theater R-rated movie was Spawn.
Nice.
I think we've already actually been asked this question.
Have we?
I think so, yeah. Because I talked about Dances with Wolves, and then someone corrected me and said that was PG-13.
Oh, that's right. Okay, well, Eric, you have an answer. Let's go ahead. What was
so
your
the
first
first one
movie?
I snuck into, because I can actually answer this, was Terminator 2.
Okay.
We snuck into that through a side entrance that our friend, who was older at the time, well, I don't know why I said at the time. He's still technically older. Our friend let us in, like he bought a ticket and then just snuck us in. This is back when movie theater security was insanely lax and like no one gave a shit about anything.
Oh, you know what? I snuck into Doom.
Hey,
movie?
That was a trash pile.
It was, but I remember sneaking into that. My grandparents went to go watch something and I told them I was going to go watch another movie. and I went into Doom, and I saw that. I snuck into that one.
I
And then
think
you're
was
like,
like-
I regret that.
I think
It was pretty bad.
I think Terminator 2 might be my favorite, or might be the first R-rated movie I ever saw in theaters.
That was-
I'm looking at the date, and it said it came out.
Terminator 2 is my first R-rated movie ever.
1990.
My grandfather showed me that.
1991. So I was 8 years old. Yeah, I think that might be the first. And I told the story a bunch, but my mom told me I couldn't go, and I went in my room crying. And then my dad apparently worked his voodoo magic on her, and then came in and was like, "You're going, son. Get your clothes." I was like, "Yeah." I was on
Did you say
cloud
get your
nine.
clothes like you were just naked?
Yeah, I don't know. That was the first thing I said.
Just naked, crying. I can't see
Throw, like,
Terminator.
I hate this. Just start ripping clothes off and throwing them around the room.
No. I was taking a cold shower with all my clothes on, just crying. You know, get other clothes. Didn't need to
Like
get
the
weird.
crying game
You guys
scene.
made it weird, anyways. What other questions do you have?
Well, this is a two-parter, so that's the first one. The second part. What were your favorite movies growing up? By Cryptal Designs.
It was like
Favorite
it was like
movies?
90s action movies, like Predator, like Die Hard,
Oh, yeah.
Alien, Terminator 2, like just really violent movies. I would have to
Yeah,
say like
any-
action would be
Any
my-
popcorn action, man.
Yeah. And it's not
And
too.
it's
Flight,
think
Flight
of-
of the Navigator.
I think. Okay, so the one movie I remember watching. There's many of them I watched as a younger kid and like ruined the tape because I watched it so much. But the one movie I remember because I got my mom to rent it from the library like all of the time. Like she could have bought the movie like 900 times with the amount of times I got her to rent it. Was The Page Master.
Oh,
Yeah.
wait a second. I
forgot
haven't.
that existed.
It's me too. I haven't thought
Yeah.
about that movie in.
Yeah. The Page Master. It
Isn't
was
that like a
wow.
Stephen King movie or something?
No, you're thinking of Wishmaster.
What the fuck is the page? Oh, what the hell
It's
is
where
this?
he goes into the book and it's all animated after that.
He looks like Harry Potter on the cover of this.
Dude, it's such a good kids movie. That and The Indian in the Cupboard. That's
that was
one
another
I
good
ruined. Richie Rich was another one.
Great one.
Um,
Dude,
there was
Flight of
one
the
where-
Navigator.
Richie Rich.
yeah.
If you've never
There
seen
was-
Flight of the Navigator, do
Wait.
yourself a service and watch it.
We're Back, a Dinosaur Story.
There's also like you're mentioning all these like shitty Disney movies. There were a lot of shitty Disney movies back in the day. Like, do you remember Blank Check? Remember that movie?
Yep.
The
Did
pre-
he?
I remember
the
that one.
How
premise
was that shitty?
the
It was amazing.
the
Shut your
premise
mouth.
the
No,
premise
you're
of the
done
movie
talking.
the premise of the movie
Lose talking privileges.
the premise of the movie was this rich guy like hit this little kid on a bike or something like that, and then wrote him a blank check, and then the kid wrote or checked for like $1 billion or something like that.
Yes.
All it
was
would
an
take is
incredible
one
movie.
fucking call to the bank,
It was
and that
an
would be
incredible
nipped in the
movie.
bud.
It was great.
Okay,
But this was
whatever.
back in the day when
It
there was
was
no
fucking
internet,
great.
man, so it took them a while to find out.
I'm just saying, if an
there was
8-year-old kid walks into a bank with a check for $1 billion, I'm not giving him the cash. That's just me.
There's another movie that it was a baseball player that got teleported back to medieval times, and I don't remember the name of the movie.
Oh yeah.
Was it Black Knight
guys-
with Martin Lawrence?
No, fuck you.
That movie, I'm not gonna lie, I watched that movie anytime it was on. Every single, like, it doesn't matter what time of night or day it is. Every single time Black Knight is on, I'll watch it.
There was also like sports movies were big, like remember the Titans or
Rookie of the
Rookie of the
Sandlot.
Year, Rookie of the
Yeah.
Year,
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
Every time I
the
broke
Big
my arm
Green.
as a kid, oh my god, the Big Green. But every time I broke my arm as a kid, I was really hoping, like, man, when this heals, I'm gonna be able to throw a fucking fastball. This
You're gonna
is
be
great.
just like Henry Rowan Gardner. Funky butt loving. All right, what's the next
Did
question?
he say funky butt loving?
Yes, he does. I think the movie was called Kid in King Arthur's Court. Is the movie I was thinking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
no.
that's it. That's it. Kid in King Arthur's Court. Those are my jams when I was a kid.
What about Little Giants?
Little Giants was great. There was also, I think there was a sequel to that, and a Kid in Aladdin's Palace, if I remember correctly.
What?
Yeah,
Ew.
I'm pretty sure. All right.
I remember
anyways,
watching like Stanley Kubrick movies too young and just being really fucked up. Like I saw Clockwork Orange when I was like 10.
It
Oh, Jesus.
I mean,
Yeah, it does.
how I felt after that movie, what could only be described as just a mixture of angry and confused. And
To be fair, to that point, I remember watching when I was like 12. I watched The Wicker Man, the original,
oh
Yeah.
yeah.
at like an ex-girlfriend's house, and I just remember, like, after seeing it, I was just like, "What the fuck?"
It's an appropriate response, I suppose.
Yeah. All right. So the second part to this question, what are your favorite shows at the moment?
Fargo and Leftovers. I'll say that.
I haven't started any new shows yet after The Man in the High Castle. So
Yep.
I'm looking to start probably Leftovers or something else. I don't know.
Check out American Crime Story too, man. Check it out.
Yeah?
It's
Yeah,
good.
I will.
It's really good.
I'm excited. They showed a screenshot of the script for season 2 of Mr. Robot, so I'm
I started
super
watching that.
excited.
I started watching that finally.
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm into it. I'm completely into it. Yeah, I've got like 7 episodes into it or something like that. It's really good. It's like perfect. It's like perfect for like the internet generation, man. It taps into that anger and gives you someone to root for. It's good stuff. I enjoyed it.
Society, man, so good.
Yep.
Society.
I'm still burning my way
dude.
through Hannibal.
Yeah? Where are you at right now in Hannibal?
I'm middle of season 2.
Okay. What do you think so far?
I love it. I'm super into it. I just like haven't had time to sit down and binge it.
Don't
Don't
spoil anything because I want to go back and watch it now because everyone talks about this all the time now. Like everyone talks about Hannibal.
I wasn't gonna go too in depth with it, but yeah, it's really good, well acted, well written, and it's just well put together. But yeah, after that, I'm definitely starting Mr. Robot because people just will not shut up about it.
It's good stuff.
So good. All right. What's your most anticipated movie for 2016? Mine is Deadpool right now. Then
Star Wars Rogue Squadron or Rogue whatever.
Rogue Squadron.
Deadpool.
Yep.
Deadpool.
I mean, it's either Batman v Superman or Suicide Squad. It's one of the two. I'll say just very generally that I'm most hyped about the DC universe in 2016. Because it's going to set the tone for the rest of like DC went all in, man. You should see their slate, dude. They have like 12 movies planned.
Yeah.
And it really depends on how good these 2 first movies are.
For me, like
Man of Steel, I guess technically was the first movie, but I mean, like this movie, these are what are gonna bring the DCU like together.
Yeah. Like for me, it's just I know I'm gonna love Civil War. Like I know I'm going to because I've loved everything else from them. They haven't done me wrong yet, so now I'm rooting for DC because right now in the cinematic universe they're the underdog at the moment compared to Marvel.
Yeah,
and
of course,
I'm rooting for DC to show us that they can do it better, and then we get years and years of both amazing Marvel movies and amazing DC movies, which is going to be great.
I don't know if I would say that they're the underdog. Like, do you mean in terms of like box office sales?
That and just like universe wise.
I think it means quality.
Like quality wise of movies.
Well,
because I mean, you had Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, which were great, and then you had Man of Steel,
which was great.
That's pretty much it.
which was great.
DC wise.
I
thoroughly enjoyed Man of Steel. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like that's pretty much it. And then with Marvel, you have their entire universe that they built.
I think it's like I think it's a case by case thing because like to call them an underdog. I mean, I really feel like they could make over $1 billion with Batman v Superman. I really feel like they could do that. I think Man of
they stand now with their movies that have like actually been good.
Right,
they are the underdog compared to Marvel.
Yeah, we'll see.
Which is why
in the Marvel in the video cinematic universe anyway.
That's specifically why they have me. So, and if they step their shit up with Batman v Superman and Suicide Squad, if they really blow everyone's minds, you don't think that Marvel's going to take note of that? You don't think that they're going to try?
They will. They will.
Then you'll see them step up their game and start pulling.
And
out
there's just going to be this war of just let's make the better superhero movies. It's going to be fucking awesome.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Great.
For me, as an aside for Rogue Squadron, the moment I saw the casting choices for that movie, I'm there is zero way this is not going to be phenomenal.
Yeah, the cast for that movie is incredible.
Oh,
really good.
God.
They got that girl. They got the woman from The Theory of Everything. She played Stephen Hawking's wife. She was terrific with that. Donnie Yen, yeah. They got Forrest Whitaker's in there too.
Oh yeah, how was Ip Man 3?
Dude, it was so good. It was so good. Yes, it's a little confusing because Mike Tyson is literally in the movie for like 3 minutes, so I don't know why they have him billed as the main villain. He's not the main villain in the movie, but it was fucking sick, man. I loved it.
I'm so excited to see that movie.
Unfortunately, I did see it. I saw. So they just started serving beer at my theater, which really
got destroyed.
Which I didn't know that. Esme was hungry. We went and got some sushi before we saw Ip Man, and I had a giant beer, like a tall, like Sapporo. And then I get in there and I found out I can drink there. So I drank a few more beers at the theater, so I don't remember like all of it. And the movie fucking sold out in the theater that I was in, which made me happy. It made me really happy. It was completely sold out. So I was sitting in the front row, like pretty buzzed, like trying to follow everything that was happening on the screen, which made it hard.
Was it subtitled or dubbed in the movie theater?
It was subtitled.
Oh, that's good.
It was not good for me because I being in the front row and then also being a little tipsy was like. But it was still fucking. It was the fight scenes in it were on par with Ip Man 1 and 2. I would totally recommend you go see it.
I'm so excited.
I was like, I had low expectations because I'm like, why the fuck are they bringing in Mike Tyson? And like this is, but then like when you actually watch it, you're like, all right, this is the shit. It's good stuff.
All right, cool.
Anyways,
what's your favorite thriller movie by Armageddon? Honestly, my favorite thriller, I can't remember. It was. I'd probably say Rear Window.
That's a good one.
Also, my all-time favorite movie. But The Prisoner, probably took that.
Do you mean Prisoners?
Prisoners, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Prisoners
is. Oof.
Like
that's
honestly,
also the
either
same.
that or The Gift.
That's the same guy who did Enemy. His Prisoner.
Yeah. Which it's mind-boggling because Enemy is so fucking weird.
For me, I have to say, just hands down, is 7.
Oh,
yeah, really good.
That's just wow, what a fucking movie!
It's tough to top that one. My mind went to, but it's not even. But it is a thriller, but it's not. My mind went to Requiem for a Dream for some reason.
I would say that was a thriller. I would count that as one.
I would say that's more of a drama.
Yeah,
like a drama thriller. I mean, they kind of go.
It was cut kind of like a thriller, but it is a drama movie. But it, like, yeah, I mean 7 is like.
I need to watch 7 again. It's been too long.
It's really hard.
So good. It's so good, dude.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with you on that one. I'm trying to rack my brain and I'm having a tough time. Yeah, if you guys are listening to this podcast and you've never seen 7, it came out in like 1996 or 97, and it's just. What's his name? Kevin Spacey, Brad Pitt, Morgan Freeman, and it's just fantastic.
Really
David Fincher directed it. Excellent soundtrack too, like phenomenal.
I would say
soundtrack.
that's David Fincher's like seminal directing performance.
I fucking loved The Social Network though. I really loved it. I mean, it's not a thriller, but I really loved that movie.
Did Fincher direct that?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Yep.
That's a
And
good
then
movie,
what did he
though.
direct recently? Gone Girl? Gone Girl's even on that list for thriller, I think.
Yeah. I haven't
Anyways,
seen that movie yet.
you never saw Gone Girl? Ah! You need to watch that. You need to watch it.
It's on the list of things, man. I have a
Watch it
large
this
list
week.
of movies. Okay, so what games are you most excited for in 2016 by Yashu?
The Division.
I would have to go with Division and Horizon, are probably like high up there.
Far-
That and Uncharted 4.
Far Cry's on that list for me.
Far
You,
Cry
get,
is
you
so
played
good.
Far Cry, didn't you?
Primal?
Yeah, we both did actually.
Was it good
Derek and I.
stuff?
It's
I
great.
enjoyed it.
Okay.
It's
good.
fucking Beastmaster, the video game, man.
Far Cry,
Made it
I
wrong.
think Far Cry is probably my favorite. Even though, did they have co-op in Far Cry 3?
Yeah.
Are you sure it was in Far Cry 3?
Yes.
I know
No.
they had it for Far Cry 4.
No, 4. Yeah, it was
I know
in
they
4.
had it for
yeah,
4.
You're right. It was in 4.
But I wanted to say that Far Cry is like my favorite single player open world game. Even though Far Cry 4 had co-op, it was total shit co-op, so I don't even count that. But Far Cry, just that I love those games, man. Far Cry 3 and 4 is just so easy to just zone out, ride around in a quadricopter.
This year with game releases is just gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Like it's stacked with
If
game
I
releases.
if I didn't have a PC, then I would say that H1Z1 coming to consoles would be probably my most anticipated. You know,
I could get into a very big and lengthy, complainy discussion about H1Z1 right now.
Have you seen the trailers for The Culling?
No.
The game that's literally just for Battle Royale.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
it's a Battle
yeah.
Royale video game. I'm super excited about that.
Well,
Interesting.
they're splitting up H1Z1 into survival mode and then
2 parts.
Yeah, it's a battle
Yeah, I
royale,
heard about that.
which is really smart. I think.
Ugh.
What, you don't think?
I just don't.
Wait,
like
hold on.
H1Z1
Now
how
you piqued my curiosity. What's your fucking problem with H1Z1, bro?
My problem with H1Z1 is they've been in development hell and quote unquote early access for a fucking year now. This is like everything I've wrong. Like all the crux of my arguments of what I think is wrong with early access is basically it's just a way of saying we're gonna release a product and fuck you, you're gonna buy it and it's gonna be shitty and janky. But it's
Shitty and
access, we're still
janky?
working on it. It's fucking ridiculous. Yeah, you can't say it hasn't been shitty and janky for the longest time. There were so many issues with that game.
What shit or
Forever.
jank are you talking about?
The issues of
Okay,
falling
there
to
were-
the world, clipping issues.
All right. Have you played it
Blade-
recently though?
But no, I just played it recently, and they've made a lot of strides. But that's the thing is, don't fucking release your game until then. And now they're splitting into two parts, which to me it sounds like in my brain, okay, they're essentially going the single player. Nobody's fucking playing pretty much anymore. So
Survival?
we're gonna split that
No.
off.
People still play survival. That's not true.
Not as much as they were hoping, like remotely. And they've mainly built their entire focus on the battle royale because that's what's really popular. That's what's an actual fun game mode. So they're like, oh, we're gonna split it off. And the fact that it's not going to be like the survival mode is going to be the fact that they're splitting it off and going like $20 each. Like I don't know. After this long, it just seems like they're trying to. And I get it from a company standpoint, but it just seems like a cash grab. Like
I just
whatever
don't like how
the
the
last
gameplay
shit
is.
we can get out of this.
That's only my thing. Is like I don't like the arcadey feel of it. Like I'm not
I am
of the
completely of it.
gunplay or anything like that.
I'm completely of a different mind. Like my point of view is I paid $20 for that game. I've put probably like 500 hours into it. That
Like I
and early on some of the stuff was frustrating. There was like some clipping issues. There was a lot of hacking early on, a lot of
Yeah, there
hacking.
still is.
There's not as much, not nearly as much, not
I mean, now
nearly
they've
as
gotten
much.
serious about it. Still, it's prevalent. Like I was just watching, I think it was Fucked Up Friday or another stream like last night or the night before, and there was a stream sniper who was invisible, killing people with one shot.
I mean, like that stuff is bound to happen every once in a while. Like but you have to understand that in the early stages of survival, you would go into a high population server and there would be 20% of it would be hackers.
Yeah.
And you would spend 2.5 hours collecting resources and like
Mm-hmm.
getting your squad together, and then some invisible guy would just come and hack you to death with a hatchet, and you couldn't
Yeah.
do anything about it. And that
Don't-
doesn't really happen anymore. Like
I mean, don't get me wrong. They've taken serious strides. You're absolutely right. They've tried to call the hacker population and do really good things and trying to get back into a community focus. And they did the awesome thing at TwitchCon with their battle royale tournament. I think that's great. I think they've done really positive strides in that. But when they're going, oh, by the way, this early access game that's been out forever now, we're going to try to get even more money out of it because nobody's really spending money on our cases. Like I don't know. It seems very.
Well, no,
cash grab to me.
if you have it on PC now, if you have the original one, you get both. You get both of the ones for free.
Well, yeah, it's because we already bought it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
So I'm
Like, we
saying
already
you're not
paid
gonna have
money.
to. You're not gonna have to spend more money to get, BRs or something like that. When they do split that off, you
I
get
get
everything.
that. It's just to me, it seems like a very arbitrary thing.
I just
I don't know. It didn't strike me right.
I've had a lot of fun, lot of really fun gaming sessions playing BRs and survival mode with my friends. And the way that I mean, like, it was $20. I spent $20 on that game, and I'm saying like hundreds of hours played.
Yeah.
To me, that's where I find value. If I had paid like $60, I would definitely have a problem.
Which
But
I did.
you paid
That's
$60?
I did like the super early access package.
Oh, like the Founders Pack stuff.
Yeah, like
right?
I jumped in super early because they got me. They
All
fucking
right.
got me, and I think that's why I'm a little bit more testy about it. And it's like, don't get me wrong, I wish the development team the best. I think they've been pouring their fucking heart and soul into this game. I'm not saying like they're shitty people and you shouldn't support them. You absolutely should because it is at its core. I like Battle Royale. I think Battle Royale is a really fun game. I think the single player experience is pretty. I don't want to say shitty, but like it's just like there's not enough meat and potatoes there for me to really care.
It's not as good as it could be. The
Exactly.
survival mode, I'll agree with you that I've still had a lot of fun with survival mode. I mean, you can kind of weave your own epic little stories. Like you keep running into the same guy, and then like you're talking shit to each other, and then he kills you, and then 3 hours later you end up in Pleasant Valley, and you run into the same fucking guy. So like it gives you these opportunities for these really funny moments, and that you don't really get in other open world games.
To me, it didn't do anything better than DayZ open world already does, except for the building component,
It's
and the building component was kind of crap.
It's much more accessible than DayZ. Coming from my perspective,
I think just control wise.
I see, and I think that's why I don't like it as much, is because I come from DayZ, Arma 2, Arma 3 background.
I don't like DayZ.
Jumping into H1Z1, it was just so arcadey, not fun. Like that, like the whole reason I love DayZ, I love Arma 2 Battle Royale, I love Arma 3 Battle Royale, because it was more of a military simulator shooter, and everything felt way more intense and way like more responsive, like gameplay wise, when it came to like firefights and things like that.
Yeah.
Because it was supposed to be like a military simulator, and even though those games have like a lot of issues with like bugginess and things like that, but I don't know. I don't like the arcade feel of H1Z1 personally.
As a counterpoint,
anyways.
though, I actually like how it feels in Battle Royale. Like, I actually had a good time. I was playing the other day, like, as kind of one of the first things I played on my new computer with a bunch of friends. I had a really fun time. It was stupid. We were running around. We were shooting people. That was great. Would I have that same experience single player? I doubt it. But at the long and short, like, to wrap all this up, at least for me anyway, is I think the cash grabbing nature of it, while I understand it, I just don't like it. Like, as a gamer, as like a game industry person, I totally understand why they're doing it. Just as a gamer, I'm just like, ugh.
But what would you rather?
Fucking early access.
But what would you rather they do? Would you rather they sell you one game for $40 with both survival and BR?
Yes. I would have much rather they said, we're out of fucking early access already. Like, stop calling it early access. It's not early access a year into the game's life cycle. Like,
if the game's not fully released yet, then technically it is, you know?
That's just it. It's just seems like a very sloppy development tactic that's been done over the past couple of years. Maybe.
I mean, I think it's a slippery slope, but in my opinion, this is one of the early access games that did it right. For me and for what I was looking for in the game. But I do understand the frustrations.
Yeah.
It's not a perfect game. It's definitely not. It's far from perfect. But
this is literally just like my gamer pissing and moaning rant. Like, don't take any of this like, if any of the developers are listening, don't take any of this to heart. This is just me whinging and moaning about a trend in the industry that I particularly don't necessarily like. I still think H1Z1 at its core, like, I liked it enough to spend money on it, so that says enough right there.
Yeah. I mean, I like it for the same reason that I like Far Cry. It's one of those games that, like, I mean specifically about survival mode, but it's one of those games that I can just boot up, load in, and then just kind of zone out for like 3 hours. If I don't want to talk to anybody or watch anything, or I can just really kind of get lost and have fun. Yeah. Segueing back to our anticipated games, Far Cry. I will say Far Cry. The Division got a lot of good hype from that beta.
I honestly,
I
did not expect to love that game as much as I did. Now, going back to my previous statement about DayZ and armor and stuff, Division, the Dark Zone, is that what it's called, right? The Dark Zone?
The Dark Zone.
Yeah. The Dark Zone is literally everything I loved about DayZ and Battle and like Arma 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Just more condensed, not as grindy. And like with DayZ and stuff, you have to spend like maybe 20, 30 minutes gearing up, and then you can get into the meat of it.
Yeah.
But in Division, you can get right into the meat of it right away, and I fucking love that. And it has the whole rogue system. So you can be a bounty hunter. You can play different roles.
It's going to provide for some. It's going to provide for some really heartbreaking situations when you have a fucking bag filled with like 5 legendary weapons.
Yeah.
And then someone comes and steals it. You know, like, it's really gonna.
Like, the most betrayed I've ever felt in DayZ, when I was traveling with a guy for like 3 hours, and we raided like 2 or 3 airfields, and we killed a bunch of bandits, and then he shot me in the back once we got fully looted. Like, I've never felt that betrayed. And the same exact thing happened to Division, and I'm like, this is the game for me. This is perfect. Like, it's fucking great.
The only thing to continue to play devil's advocate that has me a little worried, because I'm super hyped on the Division. I've been hyped ever since I saw the trailers. Apparently, right now, there's this whole thing where stats aren't saved server side, or they're saved client side or something, which allows people to just like edit all of their stats.
Oh yeah,
to have crazy speed and infinite ammo. And
Ubisoft said they're going to be taking care of that, but it was happening in the beta. People were going invisible. People were having like speed hacks and unlimited ammo and things like that. Like, it was all client side. Get right into it easy. So they said they're going to be taking that away and fixing that, hopefully.
the Division kind of got this perfect storm because Destiny, if you ask me, really fucked up this year. Like really fucked up.
It's dying.
Yeah,
hard right now.
They really. I mean, I think that no matter what happens this year, I think they have the potential to get everybody back with a proper sequel, and like if you actually fix all the issues that people have problems with now. But
Yeah.
their philosophy or their strategy this year of doing these smaller events instead of releasing full-on expansions really fucking killed it for me. Like really, and with the Division coming out, like when it's coming out, as people are getting really frustrated with Destiny, I think that helps them a lot. Yeah. I mean, they're different games. The time to kill in Division it seems like it's a lot higher, but as far as like the you know.
Yeah, also, Ubisoft is doing a really good thing where same thing with like Rainbow Six and things like that. The previous like couple of their previous games, like they're releasing free stuff that is small, but it leads into the bigger stuff you need to pay for. So like with the Rainbow Six, everything was free. Like DLC and map characters and maps were free, but if you wanted to get them early, like a week early, you'd pay for the season pass. This is not a Ubisoft game, but Witcher did the exact same thing. Witcher would release like every month or every few weeks, it would release free content leading up into their big expansion that was like 10 hours of gameplay for like $20 or something like that. And Ubisoft kind of seems like they're doing the exact same thing, which I think is fucking brilliant, which Destiny didn't. They would have these lulls of no content, like between TTK and now. What's come out? Literally nothing. There's been nothing to progress
there's been
the
Sparrow
PvE.
Racing, and then there's been like the Valentine's event that they're just doing now.
They had released hard mode, and then they released challenge mode that was super disappointing.
Oh, it sucked.
They're not like feeding their player base content.
You can tell something's going on over there. Like you can tell that they have problems. Like somebody just stepped down. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Somebody pretty high up just stepped down over there, and
I just really want to like Destiny. I just every time I go back and play it, I'm just like.
As a person who's put in 1,000 hours plus in that game, like it is. I feel disappointed. I feel that they could have done better, but I'm not holding it against them because it is their first time ever doing something like this.
Yeah, I got my money's worth. 100% got my money's worth.
I definitely got my money's worth for sure. And there's always someone that wants something more and better out of it. And like I'm part of that group. I wanted it more out of it, but I think they'll learn from what their mistakes in Destiny 2 will be.
Bring back the Loot Cave.
Bring back the Loot
God
Cave.
damn.
You know,
Cave.
what was I gonna say? God damn it. Fuck. All right, never mind. Keep going. It was about something that's coming out. Oh, you were talking about most anticipated games. Not just games though, but I'm really hyped for VR. Like really hyped.
Oh, yeah.
For
I have yet to experience anything VR.
Neither.
I've walked past Oculus stuffs and like everything, like at
Next
PAXs and stuff.
Next
but,
event, dude, go check out the Vibe.
like I have not done anything VR.
Well, PlayStation's
check out the
PlayStation's VR is coming out later this year, I think, as well. And I actually did they set a release date on that? I'm pretty sure it was this year.
I don't remember if they did. But one thing to just take a super step back, I would be remiss if I didn't say I wasn't incredibly over the moon hyped about Dark Souls 3.
Yeah, of course.
I am such like the biggest fucking Dark Souls fan, and it looks like they're going back and they're gonna do everything right again.
From everything I've heard,
excited.
everyone says it's Dark Souls 1 on Bloodborne's engine, and I'm like, I need it. I need it in my life.
I'm super in. I got to play for like my buddies at Razer. Apparently, they had a copy at their booth. At I think like PAX Prime or something.
I think it was
TwitchCon, yeah.
Or TwitchCon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I sat there for like an hour and a half just playing, and I was just like, this is what I wanted.
Oh, you know, also what's as far as peripherals go, Razer's new green screenless camera that's coming pretty soon.
I got to try that out.
Me too. It worked well.
I've heard nothing but great things about that thing.
It's very cool. It might replace my Logitech.
And it's 60 frames a second, 1080p too.
Which makes me feel like an idiot because I bought this $1,300 camera like right before they announced that thing, and I'm like, are you fucking serious?
Well, if you have a $1,300 camera, it's gonna look better than theirs. But
yeah, but
like by
still.
far.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, what else you got for us, Gio?
Next question. It's a very important question. Side boob or under boob by Miguel Gator.
Ooh,
I'm a side boob
side
guy.
boob, yeah. You
I
gotta
like
go
under
side
Side
boob.
boob kind of.
Well,
Yeah.
Yeah, I like the underboob.
I think there's a case to be
No,
made
like-
for both of them.
Yeah.
True.
But
I
if
mean,
I-
just like like a nice tank top and then just no bra and.
For some reason, the underboob kind of it doesn't look right to me. Like
Oh,
it,
it's
like
great to
I don't
me.
I don't like I don't like seeing the bottom part of a boob, but I can see the side. If I see this, no, let me say that again. Let me rephrase that. I don't like seeing the bottom part. I don't like only seeing the body part. To me, the
is a
tease is more
great
effective
sentence.
if it's like a tank top and you got side boob.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know. To me, the underboob, because it's just like, oh man, it's like almost peeking out there.
Well, it's the same. No. I mean,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go side boob. I'm gonna go. That's
I'm
it.
going with side
I'm
boob as
locking
well.
it in. I'm locking
I'm
it
not
in.
dogging either of you for side boob. I'm an underboob guy.
All right. What's your favorite black and white movie, and is there still a market for them? By Meat is Murder. I personally think some of the best movies still in existence are black and white, like Dial M for Murder.
One of my favorite movies of all time
Psycho.
is The Old Manchurian Candidate.
Oh, that's good.
That's a really
Good.
good one. That's a.
I'm
The
gonna
Abbott
say-
Costello movies, like
Yep.
all of those, they're phenomenal comedies.
Any Akira Kurosawa, like my choice is Seven Samurai. Hands
Oh,
down.
dude, so old school samurai movies. Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
They're
That's my
so
shit.
gory and in black and white. It's fantastic.
They
That
might
is
release.
messed
They
up.
might release or re-release Mad Max Fury Road in black and white in theaters this year.
Ooh, I heard about that.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
I'll go
Yeah, I
see
still
it.
That'd
think
be
some of the
cool.
best films ever made are still in black and white.
You could say Wizard of Oz too if you wanted to. It's a classic.
Or Casablanca,
Yeah,
classic.
yeah.
Any of like the old noir movies. Were
Yeah.
really cool.
Yeah.
Noir,
those are
old
good.
noir movies are so addicting.
Yeah.
They're so addicting.
What tastes better, mustard or ketchup? Sinister Sully.
Mustard.
Ketchup.
I hate ketchup,
Mustard.
so mustard.
Ketchup. God damn. I'm
Ketchup
really
is
glad
awful.
you guys added me. Someone to disagree. Shit.
Hey, have you ever had? Okay, question. Have you ever had Canadian ketchup, Eric?
No, I don't know what that is.
Because it actually tastes good.
I mean, American ketchup tastes just fine to me.
It's bad. It's really bad.
I mean, I'm trying to think of. There are some burgers that I like ketchup on, and I do.
I'd
Like,
rather
I do
barbecue
like.
sauce.
I do like ketchup with my fries.
Me
I'm gonna.
too.
I'm gonna agree with you with the barbecue sauce versus
Also,
ketchup.
hot dogs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that I
see.
like putting mayonnaise on my French fries. I like dip.
Well, yeah.
I like
mayonnaise,
I like dipping them in
and
mayonnaise.
barbecue sauce, man. That's delicious.
Mayonnaise and barbecue sauce were meant to be together. They
Yes,
are.
they were.
It is
I 100%
so
agree.
delicious.
All right,
I
next
100%
time
agree.
you're up here, you're gonna have to enlighten me on this, because to my brain that sounds disgusting.
You've never had so you've never had like mayonnaise and ketchup with your French fries?
No, I've had like Thousand Island dressing or quote
not
unquote
mayonnaise.
special sauce where you mix
Thousand Island
mayonnaise
is
and ketchup
basically just like
together.
there you go.
yeah.
Thousand Island dressing.
Like I've had that before, but barbecue sauce and ketchup?
Yeah,
Or
man.
Barbecue sauce and mayonnaise?
And
That
mayonnaise,
sounds weird.
mayonnaise.
Yeah, man.
Oh man,
Yeah, that
I am
sounds weird.
hungry.
Yeah.
As me. Let's go get a burger.
I just had Five Guys last night for dinner.
Which one's Five Guys? Is that the? Oh, I don't know what that one is.
It's a Five Guys burger and pizza.
Wait, you've never
or
had
burger and
Five Guys?
fries.
I don't think so.
Oh, all right, you gotta come
They're
up
really
here,
good
like
burger joints.
next weekend, and I gotta take you to Five Guys. Real good.
I'm down. There's a good burger shop in Hayward actually. It's right by where Tay lives.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she's got. There's like a really famous one where a bunch of
Like,
celebrities have been in there, and
like mom and pop style.
yeah, it's like a mom and pop, and it's always
Ah.
packed, and it's.
Well, those are always
nice.
gonna be the best.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
those places are always the best. But for a chain, I actually like Five Guys the best.
I think Five Guys is probably the best chain burger I've had so far.
Yeah,
In
I
and-
know that's
in and out.
unpopular in California. Everyone's like, In-N-Out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of In-N-Out. Like, I'm not a huge fan of it.
That's just
Like-
a lie.
Yeah,
I
it's
mean,
like
just
I like
They
In-N-Out.
just like grow up
but-
and eat a better burger, you know?
Now you're throwing accusations my way, and I don't appreciate it. I'm gonna eat a kale chip, bitch. Have
God.
you ever
Don't get me
tried
wrong,
kale
I do-
chips?
Kale chips are
No,
really
they-
good.
God, they're so good.
I'm like a huge fan of kale. I like kale.
I
like
don't
like
at
kale
all.
salad and like that.
To me,
like
I'm
kale
one of
juice
those
with like fruit and
assholes.
stuff. I love
Ugh.
kale.
I'm
a
just
fan.
like, this is what my food eats.
My digestive system is superior to yours, Eric, because I eat
No,
kale.
it's not. You're just like a cow. That's it. Like I love grass and leafy greens.
All right. What would be your weapon of choice during a zombie apocalypse? Keep in mind, ammo is a factor. You don't have cheat codes. By 7.
I refuse to answer this question on principle. When I worked at Machinima and we did live streams, we got asked that question literally every hour on the hour by
Really?
by the social media team, and it got to a point where when they would ask me that question, I would just look at them angrily for a few moments and then look away. Like I didn't even acknowledge the question asked.
All right, we'll just skip the question.
All right.
No. Faucius can answer it. I have to draw a line in the sand. That's just.
I'm also going to pass just because I can get really nerd angry at this question really fast. Because all the idiots like to say, "Oh, katana," and you're an idiot. You have no idea how to wield a sword properly, and you would die like instantly. You chop once, it would get stuck in the zombie, and you die. Everybody else would kill you.
I'm gonna say if I had
24-inch floppy pink dildo.
No man,
That-
spear.
If Saints Rose taught me anything.
Spear. You don't want like a 10-foot spear. Just poke him in the head a few times from like 10
I don't
feet
think
away. You're
anything
good.
that gets stuck in a zombie is a good idea.
Yeah,
like a
I
baseball
want-
But
bat
you
or
can
something
unstick
blunt.
a spear like super easy. Just you're good.
Yeah, you say that, and then you're dead.
For me,
so.
No.
I want a shotgun. That's
Oh.
it. Give me a shotgun. And
Need
I
some
get
kind of
that
blunt
ammo.
object.
I get the ammo's a factor, but I feel like you could make shotgun shells a lot easier than a regular bullet.
You just get a
and-
musket, you can stuff anything down there.
Yeah, the reload time on that is incredible. But to me, like any sort of melee weapon, like none of us are incredibly jacked and have insane like swing stamina. Like
Speak
we're not
for
fucking
yourself.
athletes.
Bro,
Come on. If you were just bludgeoning things for hours and hours, like
I'm incredible
you would
physical fitness right
Oh,
now.
I just realized my camera turned off.
oh man.
Your camera?
Like, legitimately.
But no, like I always think melee weapons are like it's a good backup, but not as your main weapon. Just because, like, I'm sure eventually you get physically fit, but like not in the first days of the apocalypse. Like, I
Give me
want
1
a fucking
second, guys.
gun.
What? What? Seriously though, kale chips? I'm not kidding, man.
But going back, kale chips, those would be my weapon.
Do you know what's in kale? You know what's in? Very low calorie count. It has fiber. It has protein. It has carbs. It has sodium.
You know what else does?
It has,
semen, and I'm not eating those chips.
To my knowledge, I'm not aware of any semen chips, but you never know with the.
I feel like they're out there somewhere.
I'm sure they are somewhere. Do you think anyone's ever cooked with semen before?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Okay,
there was
I fixed
there was
the
a whole
problem.
like it wasn't like a doc. It was like a report on this one woman in
Oh,
I think
God.
like the UK or something
I don't want to
like
hear
that.
this story.
Who would
What-
literally
what's
just
going
like
on?
for everything she would like wash her hair in it. She would brush
kale?
her teeth with
No,
it.
semen.
No, semen.
Oh, okay.
Like cause she thought it just had like these like healing
Okay.
properties and it was really good for her and stuff.
I heard
mean-
this story of these like Buddhist monks somewhere, and it was like I don't know when this happened, hundreds of years ago or something like that. But apparently their sperm was considered like sacred because they were enlightened, and these women they were allowed to have sex, but they never wanted to ejaculate, and these women would practice these Kegel exercises to trap them inside of them, so that they would. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, keep in mind, this is a story that, one of my friends told me that when I was working at the Olive Garden like 15 years ago.
I hope it's real.
I
want
really
it to
hope
be
that's
as
real.
Yeah.
The vagina trap. It's kind of like a fly trap.
Yeah,
The
it was like a
vagina,
thing.
it's-
Like they wanted their sacred, life-giving sperm, and these Buddhist monks were like, "No, we can't ejaculate. It's just not our thing."
we just don't do that.
We just don't do it.
that.
Anyways,
All right.
Bunny.
Oh yeah. From any genre, who is your favorite / most impactful antagonist you've seen in any movie, and why?
Ooh, that's a great question.
That's a really good one.
Huh?
It's really tough. I mean,
Yeah, that's on the spot. That's tough.
it's really hard not to just immediately throw Heath Ledger's Joker up there.
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
It's
Joker.
really, really tough to top that one.
Fuck.
I would go with what's his name who plays Hannibal? Maybe.
You
Well,
mean
that's a TV
that's a good
show.
one.
the TV show or the movie?
The TV show. And the movie as well. Yeah. Pretty
Fuck.
solid
I don't know if
in
I can
Silence
answer
of the
that question
Lambs.
just off the top of my head.
But I
mean,
can't think of anyone definite that I can say is my favorite.
Hans Gruber and Die Hard.
Ooh, yeah.
That would be on that list.
Um.
I would say Predator, just the character of Predator.
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I'm gonna cop out and say Heath Ledger's Joker. How do you go wrong with that, anyways?
Yeah, I gotta take the pussy way out and say I gotta think about this.
I'm gonna go with Ledger's Joker, just because that's what I thought of instantly when I read this question on Twitter earlier.
And there's lots of man though.
There's just so much.
I'd say Kingpin in the Daredevil show on Netflix was fucking fantastic. What's his name from Jessica Jones?
Yeah, David Tennant.
What's the guy's name though? The character's name?
Kilgrave.
Kilgrave. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, there's no shortage of good ones though.
Really isn't.
All right,
chicken from Family Guy, you know.
What else you got? What else you got for us?
We got two more. Do you feel the consensus these days is that a film can either be great or awful? I never hear it was okay anymore.
Yeah, I do. I do feel like that.
Yeah, there's no honestly for me, especially for me personally, I never think a movie is okay. Like it's either good or it's bad. Like it's either worth a watch or not worth a watch to me.
As me and I were just talking about this because we were watching Our Brand of Crisis, or Our Brand is Crisis, that Sandra Bullock movie that came out last year. It's like it's like a stupid popcorn flick, but it wasn't terrible. And she made it a point, and she even said I just feel like there's no room for room for movies like these anymore, where it's like it's not like a fucking 4-star Oscar winner movie, but it's not terrible. But my mind immediately goes to
either movie's worth a watch or it's not worth a watch. That's kind of where it goes for me a little bit.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. It's hard to disagree with that logic.
Eric?
What's that?
Is Eric dead?
No, I'm here.
Waiting for some input from you?
I mean, I don't know. There are definite movies that I think that, it was okay. Like, I'm glad I watched it, but I wouldn't watch it again. Like, there's a bunch of those that I've said to different friends. Like, I'm glad I saw it, but I would never watch that movie ever again. But yeah, most of the times I think it's very there's people have very polarizing opinions or polarized opinions where it's either super one way that I loved it and is the best thing I've ever seen, and they keep saying that about every fucking movie they go see, or they're just like, and I hate diction. I'm sorry if you're listening. I use diction as this example every time. Where if it's not like a fucking art house film or something that's on his pre-approved list, he's just like, oh, I can't believe you like that movie. Oh, trash.
Diction is such a huge, massive movie hipster. It's funny. I love him for it.
But yeah, I don't bag. I try not to bag on him for it because I know you like what you like and that's it. But yeah, it's always one way or the other, and very rarely do you find people that are like, yeah, it was all right. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, times are changing. It's because there's so much stuff now, though. There's so much stuff, and there's so many more ways to consume that stuff. Yeah. And so it's like if you want to be watching a movie every day, all day, you kind of can, just from your phone, you know.
Yeah.
All right, what's the last one?
What's your least favorite movie, and how would you change to improve it? By Zombie.
Miss Congeniality 1 and 2. I don't
remember those movies enough.
I would just scrap them and never make them in the first place.
Let's just scrap Spawn and make it directed by George Miller. There you
go. There you go.
Scrap Twilight completely
and murder it,
the face of the earth.
Burn all the books.
I've seen every Twilight movie.
I have too, and I hate myself.
I actually kind of liked the first two, and then I didn't like it.
I had a girlfriend that was super into Twilight, so we went to go see them all, and it was just like, this is bestiality and necrophilia. This is great. I really love this movie. This is awesome.
Gentlemen, as much as I want to talk about bestiality and cooking with semen, I think we've reached the end of our podcast.
That was almost a 2-hour episode.
Almost.
This is the longest one yet.
Gio, where can people find us on all the things?
You can find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, whatever, everything, Twitch stuff at Active Bunny Fufu. You can find Hutch at Z0MG.
It's easier just to search for Hutch on Twitter.
Whatever.
You just search for Hutch on Twitter and I'll pop up.
He doesn't know how to properly brand himself, so it's everywhere.
It was a long time ago.
Whatever, dude. You can find Eric Faucius on pretty much everything everything's the same, right, Eric?
Yeah, except for Twitter, it's FauciusGaming.
Okay, and you can find our podcast on SoundCloud as well if you want to listen to it on the go and not have to worry about YouTube. And we're going to be working on getting it on iTunes as well. I think we're just going to do the trifecta, do all three, I guess. is the overall plan.
That's the idea. Yes.
Yeah, so we're gonna be getting that on iTunes soon. We'll get all the episodes up there.
And if you guys
hopefully
want to,
soon.
and if you guys are still listening to this podcast 2 hours into it, go ahead and leave comments in the YouTube sections. We can pull questions from there as well. We ask questions on Twitter, but if you guys just want to chime in and contribute to this discussion on here, then there's a decent chance that we'll see that comment, and we may bring it up in the next one. So
Yes, for sure. And I think that's about it for all the social media stuff.
I think that's it. I think we're good, gentlemen.
Oh, and our Twitter is Podcast Chill as well. I forgot to say that.
There you
Follow
go.
us on Twitter so you can input your questions there as well and get to know when the episodes are going up and things like that, and get to know our schedule because right now it's kind of a little everywhere at the moment because we brought in a new host and things like that, so we're kind of get everything situated. But it should be every Monday we're gonna record, right?
That's the idea. I mean,
days.
it might not
Yeah.
make sense this week
Yeah,
to record 2 days after.
but we'll see.
I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Faucius, thanks for coming on and helping us out with this podcast and being a part of it. And good first ep. And,
Thanks for having me.
And yeah,
We didn't
we're
ruin
gonna,
our careers, so thanks.
not yet. No. All right. Thanks
to
for
tank it.
thanks for watching / listening, guys. Talk to you guys later.
See you guys later.